This is former TNA World Champion Raven, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Quote the Raven, nevermore. And don't cross the line. Or do cross the line. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to, you're not supposed to. I don't know. Whatever. You get it.
TNA Wrestling. Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 41 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Bob Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley in Dallas. It's another week in the world of TNA. We know that in about 2 weeks' time, it's going to be Raven against Jeff Jarrett for the NWA World Title. Is it the most anticipated match for us in TNA history, or am I crazy?
It's definitely the most anticipated match. I think it's something we've been looking forward to since Raven got in, obviously, after he started chasing Jarrett from the first day. What was it, January 29th, I think it was the date, something around then. And I don't think there's anything that's had this much build behind it ever so far in TNA.
Well, you can make the argument that from June until November, Jeff Jarrett trying to get a title shot has been the longest story.
Yeah, I guess in that regard, then yes. But how anticipated were we really excited to be, yes, Jeff Jarrett, get your damn title shot? I was excited for him to stop asking for it. So at least as far as an excitement level, I think this match has the more excitement around it. As far as, how long we're waiting for something to happen, I guess Jarrett chasing the title wins that one.
Right. We can't forget that the ever-exciting Mike Barton recently made his debut in TNA. If you're not aware of who just Mike Barton is, that would be the former Bart Gunn of WWF fame, and a guy that we are pretty familiar with since we've been viewing 1995 WWF for IcoPod with our good friend Austin Skinner. So it looks like we can't escape him. There's been quite a few guys from 95 that we have not been able to escape in 2003 TNA.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing when you look at the comparisons. It's kind of scary, and I don't really like it. But it's definitely a real-life thing that's happening.
Yeah. We also, and I really liked it. I think it was last week. The like 4-way tag match or whatever, where if Daniels and Skipper were to have lost, then whoever pinned them would get a tag team title match, but then also those two guys would then get would have to wrestle each other to become
number one contender. Yeah,
number one contender of the X Division Championship. Yeah,
so it hit a lot of big stakes in that main event, and it was one of the best matches that we've seen in months, arguably.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it also featured the debut of Chris Sabin, at least on television. I'm not sure if we've seen him on Explosion or anything of that nature.
Off the top of my head, I don't know if his name has come up or not. So this very well could have been his actual debut in the TNA Asylum even. I'd have to go back and triple check, but regardless, that was very exciting, and he was definitely made an impressive debut.
No, he absolutely did. He teamed with Johnny Storm in a losing effort, which saw Jerry Lynn and the Amazing Red win it. So Jerry Lynn and Red, as a result, will soon get a tag team title match against Triple X, whether that, I'm assuming it would be Daniels and Skipper, but who knows, maybe Loki could be thrown in the mix there as well. I guess I'll just do a quick rundown for what we kind of saw last week, Dallas, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I think that's good, and I was probably going to mention a bunch of it as well anyway. So
yeah, we'll still talk about it. I don't know why I've been overtaking this rundown of the previous week, which was originally your gig, but if you want to fight about it, you can meet me at the Asylum.
In Nashville, Tennessee, at
in
the
Nashville,
fairgrounds.
Tennessee, brother, in front of 750 paid fans, but it's really going to be 1,100. Pal.
Some weeks, except last week we sold out. So last week there was 1,300. But
Yeah, but they weren't all paid.
well, it's literally never going to be all paid.
That's true. Excuse me. So we saw an Armed Asylum 3-way match, which was essentially a street fight. They had billed it as being, oh, hey, there's weapons just conveniently placed around, but it just really was a street fight.
Yeah.
The Harris brothers, Ron and Don, defeated the New Jack and the Sandman, and then the Disciples of the New Church for that one. An ever-exciting ladder match between Dusty Rhodes and Brian Lawler over a replica NWA World Championship was won by Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, and if you remember, at the end of that, Nikita Koloff came down.
Right.
Essentially ending that story. And we'll briefly touch on that in the notes as well. But that was like a little tidbit at the end of that one.
Right. Yeah, so Dusty Rhodes beat Brian Lawler for that. But, of course, Eric Watts was able to steal the championship back, so that feud must continue. AJ Styles defeated Glen Gilberti. Desire and Sonny Siaki defeated Athena and David Young, and that was because David Young turned heel, and he joined Sex.
He sure did.
One of the most shocking... Well, I am saying it sarcastically, but it was actually kind of shocking.
Yeah, I really didn't see it coming.
I didn't either.
But it's like, do I really see David Young as like a threat and an asset to sports entertainment extreme? No, I don't.
Now, my question is, where's Tony Mom Luke? Is Tony Mom Luke going to come in like Randy Savage and Davey Young be like Hulk Hogan and Tony be like, what's going on, dude? I thought we were pals. Remember when I helped you up that one time?
Oh, that's a good point, because they were supposed to have like a little tag team.
Yeah, and apparently that's already been dropped, so who knows how that's going to play out.
Yep.
Perry Saturn defeated Mike Barton. And that was a weird match too, because Mike Barton like punched Saturn, and then they kind of play it off as if Barton had broke his hand.
Yeah.
Because his punch is so devastating, so then he's quickly submitted to like a top wrist lock or key lock or whatever.
Yeah, which really threw me off, because I think I missed the whole, like, I think I was looking down briefly I missed the hand break, and then I was like, that was the finish. You're like, yeah, Dallas, he broke his hand. It's storytelling. And I was like, I legitimately did not see him grab his hand. So to me, for looking away at that, of course, that brief second, then all of a sudden he's tapping out to, this like wrist lock. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was, I guess, if you were to have looked away quickly and then you look back up and you see that, you're probably like, wait, what? And they didn't really address it either. Like, Tenay and West weren't like, let's see a replay of this guy. Nothing. It just kind of overshadowed it.
Yeah, they mentioned it in commentary, but like, if they showed a replay, I would have been like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. That was good. But I mean, I feel like I didn't think that was like an awful match. Perry Saturn was gushing blood during that match.
Yeah, and speaking of which, it seemed as if almost every match had some form of blood.
Yeah, we kept track on last week's episode.
Yeah, whether it was accidental or a blade job, which was quite weird.
Yeah, it happened a lot.
Yeah. D'Lo Brown defeated Mike Sanders. Raven defeated Kid Kash, and we've been noticing that Kid Kash has decided that maybe he doesn't want to kind of be in the shadow of Trinity, and he started to treat her rather poorly, awfully similar to what Brian Lawler was doing towards April.
It's almost the same exact thing. It's really, really close to the same thing.
Yeah, it was almost like they dropped it for Lawler in April because they're like, well, why don't we have it so that the woman can actually fight back for herself? So we'll switch it to Kash and Trinity, which, if that's the logic, I don't hate that.
Yeah,
but
and
it's also kind of uncomfortable to watch it play out every week.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely a little uncomfortable, but I guess maybe that's even part of the point. I think the difference here is that it's more of a, I don't want you overshadowing me. Whereas like with April, it was just like, I'm just like an abusive boyfriend.
Right.
So it's almost like Kash has that jealousy aspect. It's almost like Styles and Lynn when they started fighting. It was like, oh, you're the glory hog. So it's like the same idea of that really with Kash and Trinity. And now also, if you remember during that match last week, Kid Kash had, I think it was his knee. One of his knee was really bothering him, so he's limping around a lot, and he messed up a lot of moves. It wasn't like super great of a match because of the injury. And also, I think last week it was essentially the first time we saw Julio Dinero with Raven, who also, of course, we know stole Alexis Laree, and so essentially creating that little group with them.
Yeah, he had injured his knee in a house, not a house show, in an independent match against Jerry Lynn, and it seemed like as if maybe he had re-aggravated it in his match last week with Raven. So that was pretty noticeable. So it'll be interesting to see if that injury continues on here this week. If he were to be competing in action, we'll have to find out here soon. And of course, as we mentioned before, in a number one contenders match for the NWA World Tag Team titles, and then potentially to determine the X Division champion, or number one contender towards X Division champion, which would be a singles match, maybe this week. I don't know, but within the next couple of weeks. Jerry Lynn and the Amazing Red defeated Chris Sabin and Johnny Storm, the team of Jason Cross and Shark Boy, which I totally forgot about, and the actual NWA World Tag Team champions, Christopher Daniels and Elix Skipper, which was, as we've mentioned, probably one of the better main events that we've seen in the last several months.
Yeah, and I think there's like two other like minor notable things that I recall happening, and that is that we had like the NASCAR stuff going on. So Jeff Hammond was on commentary, and Hermie Sadler was there again, and then also Chris Harris was seen wearing a sex shirt, and they didn't really explain a whole lot about that, but it's definitely like we're teasing a Chris Harris heel turn.
Yeah, and it was weird because like he got confronted by James Storm, and he was like, "Well, I was just hanging out with the boys." And it's like, "Why would you be hanging out with the group of guys that want to kill your company?" And he was like, "Well, maybe I was asking for a title shot."
It was weird. It was really weird. And then then Mike Sanders saw him outside, and he's like, "Oh, really? You're wearing a sleeveless shirt? It's like 30 out here." And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Just weird shit. I mean, it's going to be so forgettable that I don't even know why they're wasting their time even trying to do it right now. But that goes back to what we discussed in some of the news and notes, I think it was just a couple weeks ago, of they're like, "Oh, America's Most Wanted, they've done it all as a team. There's nothing else to do," which is some really silly shit, thinking that, they are probably the most over team, and arguably I would even consider them one of the most over acts in the TNA locker room that isn't an already known name.
For sure, homegrown talent, yeah.
And they're like, "Well, they've done it all. It's time to break them up."
No, that's if they were to actually break them up for that, that just kind of, it'd be a weird decision to do. And I know that really the first few years of the company, I think they kind of tease it several times, which is just like, why do it so many times? They are very high on Chris Harris. I think that's why they kind of do that.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned even early on that we'd start noticing when they're gonna start focusing on Chris Harris, and it's very clear that we've started.
Yeah, and where I'm at in my written reviews, which is almost a year to the date, it's like full steam. Like Chris Harris could be the next top guy, but it'll be interesting to see if here in 2003, if they kind of, pivot from that or what happens. I mean, I've watched the 2003 pay-per-views, but it's been about 10 or 15 years since I've actually sat down to watch them. So I'm not really quite remember how everything plays out. That's why it's like, this is fun because it's different with the Raws and stuff that we watch for Icolab, because I probably have seen those, a handful of times, and the pay-per-views I've probably seen dozens of times. But these shows I've literally watched once, and then I don't go back to them.
Yeah.
So that's, in a way, still kind of like new to me to watch. So it's kind of fun in that sense of it.
Well, and that's what's been really fun about a lot of the stuff here that we've been watching, because I haven't seen full shows straight through, especially not until this point. I think at one time I tried to start and I got to like pay-per-view 8 and I just couldn't like keep up with myself. It was just a lot at once trying to just follow through. Yeah. And then I've seen bits and pieces throughout, but even just to go through here, we're like watching these shows and like, did I know Bart Gunn was going to be here? No, I had no fucking clue. And even we just talked about it off air, but even WCW Worldwide on Twitter shared the Hacksaw picture. Yeah. Because, like, who thought Hacksaw would have been there? And he said, I don't know TNA, but if there wasn't a screen grab here, I would swear this tweet is fucking Mad Libs. Because fucking Hacksaw Jim Duggan came out in the TNA Asylum in front of, like, 1,000 fans in Tennessee. And that's not something I would have guessed either. So the fact that other people are also realizing this stuff as we are watching it, I mean, it's kind of crazy, the shit we're seeing.
No, it totally isn't. It's like the definition of the Asylum era. It's just like, you don't believe this stuff. And really, I want to say TNA, to an extent, really don't embrace this era. Like, I don't think... on TV, they don't like show a bunch of clips of it or anything. Like, no. Past, like, oh, hey, remember when this happened? It's usually just what happened in the Impact Zone. For like, I think for TNA's sake, it's like June 2004 to present day. That's where we've existed, not anything prior to that.
Yeah, I think that I definitely have noticed that as well. There's very, very little that they're like, check out this from 2003. It doesn't happen a lot. They've even been sharing, because coming up, it'll be old news by the time this episode airs, but James Storm is coming up on his 1,000th match in TNA, which is like a crazy statistic. They're sharing pictures of like 2005 America's Most Wanted and stuff, and it's just like funny because I at least not yet. I haven't seen anything from the Asylum pop up. I'm sure they will. I feel like they're gonna have to, but like, you know, it's the same thing. It's the same thing of like, they generally, if they show something from these years, it's Jarrett and Toby Keith, like him coming out for the Gauntlet of Gold on pay-per-view 1. Raven stealing the belt from Jarrett, I feel like I've seen pop up.
Did I see Puppet with a gun? I feel like I saw that recently.
I don't know if I did, but dude, if it popped up, that'd be pretty funny.
I don't know if it was Impact necessarily, but somebody did at least. I thought maybe it was them.
Yeah, I definitely think they need to embrace it more. And especially because, man, we really just want to see the explosions that happened.
Oh my God, yeah.
Back in this time.
Well, you know, so here's a question before you get into your backstage notes. So with the WWE Network ceasing to exist, and now it's with Peacock, and Peacock is eliminating stuff that's offensive. How much, let's say this was Impact doing that switch.
Yeah.
How much content, not even just from the Asylum years, but in general, how much content do you think would be eliminated if that was the case?
I think I feel like there's got to be, tons. If you're saying ignore the Asylum years, I was going to say they might as well not bother putting it on. Because, almost every show there's something where it's like, wow, okay, that happened.
Right.
But yeah, they've done plenty of controversial stuff. That's like part of what they try to do to be different. So, even I think it was last year, maybe it was the year before. It's all a blur during, a pandemic and all. But they of course do the simulcast on Access TV and Twitch. And I remember watching live on Twitch, and RVD and Katie Forbes were on, and she has essentially like whipped cream like on her boobs, and like she was essentially naked, and fucking Twitch pulled it and was like, they banned them because it was like too adult content, and that you can't do that on Twitch. And like they got banned from Twitch for like 2 weeks or something, and I was like, oh my God, what are they doing? And it was just like, they still do stuff that, obviously, that's a little different than what they're pulling for WWE currently, at least that we've heard about so far. But I'm curious to see what else is going to end up happening with that.
Yeah, I kind of think that there's a lot of outcry from fans that are like, oh, I want to be able to see Vince McMahon saying the N-word to John Cena. And it's like, that doesn't really make or break Survivor Series 2005 for me.
I agree with that. It's like you could drop that and it's literally not going to change the show.
Well, and even like, they're like, oh, well, how come you're deleting Roddy Piper and Bad News Brown? And it's like, well, Piper's doing half blackface. And they're like, well, that's part of the show. It's part of history. Like, that needs to be on there. And I'm just like, you know what? That also doesn't really make or break it for me. Yeah, sure. If you're a completist, you maybe would want the entire show. But if it is if it is offensive and, 1990 standards are significantly different from 2021.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Just as a quick mention on the Piper thing. So I've never seen. I don't think I've seen the match. I'll just say that I've obviously seen the images of him with the paint, and I don't know the story behind the match. To me, and maybe it's just me being completely fucking oblivious. Also, I didn't know who his opponent was, so I'll just say that I literally have seen the picture of him in the paint. To me, it was always like, oh, he's got like a war paint on, and but I don't know the context of it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad because this isn't a 1990 WWF thing, but just to give you context here, he was feuding with Bad News Brown, and he does like a backstage interview where he's got the black side of the black paint side facing the camera, and he's basically saying that he's like kind of embracing that side of himself or something to combat Bad News Brown. And he was like hanging out with the rats in the sewers and all this other stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then he turns around and he's just like, whoa, look at me. It's just, it doesn't age very well. And then realistically, for WWE, from like 1998 to about, I would even say probably 2007, a lot of stuff will be scrubbed. The entire Attitude Era probably shouldn't even be shown.
Yeah, I think that's where it's going to get interesting. And I think I'd be curious to hear what Austin has to say about this too. So maybe we can discuss a bit over on IcoPod too, because this fits a little bit more. But I'm curious to see where it goes nonetheless. But if it was TNA, it was the same shit would happen. It's wrestling, man. It's the same. It's just how it goes.
Yeah, you have to kind of understand the content. I mean, it'd be like with Days of Our Lives. You know how much freaking murder and like horrible things happen on soap operas?
Well, that's at
like 2:00 in the afternoon.
And I could understand some people with arguments like that for a lot of things. I could.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
I'm curious. We'll see what happens. Of course, we only know of those two instances, which completely makes sense in context of why they're taking them off. Are they going to take away all the sex appeal and lewd stuff? I don't know. Because if so, I think then we're starting to get a little bit into a danger zone of, well, if you have movies on there that are like that, or there's soap operas, or there's TV shows, then I think we're kind of not playing it very fair to the wrestling fan. But as far as derogatory and racial things, I think they're doing the right thing.
I think wrestling is always going to have that stigma to it that no matter what, it will be different compared to anything else.
Yeah.
If one form of entertainment were to do this, something like that, something that's offensive or whatever, controversial, and let's say a show on Netflix would do the same thing, the show on Netflix will get praised, and then wrestling will be like, why did you do that?
It's because it's wrestling. It has a bad stigma to it. It always will.
Just gotta live with it.
Yeah.
Patel, so what is going on backstage in the land of total nonstop action?
Yeah, man, let's get into this. There's some interesting stuff this week. We touched on actually a lot of stuff I was going to already touch on, even just stuff that happened. So I'm going to try not to repeat too much of that. I'll skip around a bit. So I guess we don't have to guess. We're just going to give it right to you here. So let's get moving. Last week, the show, it was very well received. It was one of the weakest on paper, but it got a 100% thumbs up. No thumbs down, no thumbs in the middle from readers.
Really?
Of course, once again, a lower level of response. However, This is good news. I mean, even when we've gotten low responses in the past, it's still pretty split. But yeah, we got completely everyone who voted said thumbs up. And we discussed before. Generally, if you hate something, you're gonna definitely want to vote for it versus if you like it. So this was pretty
Right.
good. And I have to agree, it definitely was not a strong show going into it. And when it ended, we were like, "Damn, that was pretty good. Like that was a good show." And we didn't really know what we were getting into, so it was nice. It was a nice surprise.
Yeah, for sure.
The best match on the card was the same thing that we agreed on, which was that 4-team elimination match at the end of the show. And I believe the worst match on the card was actually Raven and Kid Kash. And so, of course, they're blaming it on the bad knee, which is what we already discussed of why it was so bad. Now, in second place was the Armed Asylum match, and third was Dusty Rhodes versus Brian Lawler in the ladder match.
Yeah.
Now, of course, we know that Chris Sabin made his debut. He's from Border City Wrestling. It said that he made a great impression on his debut, and with a good look and great execution, he just needing some experience. And he also, Dave praises Daniels for putting on a great performance and carrying the match. And it was Skipper's best performance that he's ever seen from him, particularly the spot where he walks the ropes and does the Hurricane Rana onto Lynn about halfway across, which is, of course, a really impressive move to do. He did end up giving that tag team match, I think I lost it here. Where'd it go? I think he gave it, 4 stars. So, I mean, he gave it a pretty high rating there for that tag team match.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I wonder if that's like the high. Oh no, probably not. I'm assuming that Styles and Lynn matches probably got a higher rating.
It did, I think. I think they
From
did.
2002. Yeah.
But that's up there. That's one of the highest ones. I think that's definitely top 5.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, yeah, definitely top 5.
Mm-hmm. Also, we drew about 1,300 people, so we were sold out last week. Of course, Dave says he doesn't know how much it was paid versus paper, but this is the note I wanted to bring up too. So we're sold out like that, but a lot of fans live were not into the NASCAR stuff, which we even noticed when these people came out. However, they did get some mainstream coverage on the April 9th show before the pay-per-view when Jeff Hammond and Hermie Sadler plugged the show on Fox Sports Net's show, quote, it's totally NASCAR show. Which ended with Jeff Jarrett challenging Hammond to a match on the pay-per-view show. Of course, I don't think that ends up happening, but so we get
that was the segment where Jeff Hammond was like, "Can I get a boogity woogity or whatever he said?" And
oh
just
yeah,
like, no one.
Yeah, they were fucking silent.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, some buy rate info. The company received of late to go along with our volume of reaction. There was a huge increase in buys up until a month ago. Based on our responses, the figures are actually down below what they have been doing, and Dave says he can't really explain why. Those in the pay-per-view industry note that there seemed to be a core of about 30,000 specific buyers that somewhat follow the show. They don't buy every week, but usually do about 1 to 3 shows per month.
So you have your audience is at essentially 30,000, but they don't do it every week, which is you would expect that.
Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. Actually, I really like that note. I think that was one of the more interesting things about buy rates that we've heard in the past 40 weeks.
Well, and I think that is pretty interesting, and it kind of makes you wonder: is that why they're starting to kind of be like, oh, hey, this match is happening on April 30th. That way, if their audience does 1 or 2 shows a month, they're going to want to see the Jarrett Raven match for sure.
Yeah.
So you're going to probably get your highest buy rate because of that.
Yeah, and I agree. I think that makes total sense as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, the company sent Jeff Jarrett, Jeremy Borash, Mike Tenay, Raven, Conan, D'Lo Brown, and Trinity to the National Cable TV Convention over the past week. WWE was there on April 9th, represented by Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. TNA had a disappointing crowd at a presentation headed by Mike Tenay, which included airing a 4-minute highlight video of high spots that was said to have been awesome. Unbeknownst to either side, TNA and UFC had scheduled cocktail parties at the same time as well. So there's lots of crossing paths here at the cable TV convention.
Yeah.
That was pretty interesting.
That's funny.
And Bob, you'll love this. There are plans in May to do a lower-priced pay-per-view called, believe this or not, Genesis, which would be actually a 2-hour highlight show of the first 40 weeks.
Yeah, so if that happens, we're not watching it.
Bob loves highlight shows.
I freaking hate them, and I refuse to watch them.
However, I thought this was actually really cool. That we're naming a lower price pay-per-view Genesis, which of course we know will eventually be one of their staple pay-per-views.
Yeah, I remember. I think I don't know if I told the story on here or not, but they did that. Maybe I know for sure. Okay, I think it was 2004 that they did like a best of or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember like scrolling through on demand or whatever, and I saw it. And I was like, okay, and then it was 1 cent.
Yeah, I remember this.
And I was like, okay, I bought it. And then my dad, I guess, got the cable bill and was like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you bought. He might have thought it was like a porn in hindsight because the TNA.
Did. Yeah.
But I was like, Dad, it's a wrestling thing. It was 1 cent. He's like, don't buy stuff. I'm like, it was a penny. I can go onto my dresser and give you the penny. Like, what is the big deal here?
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
I guess it was just the principle of it.
Yeah, I guess. One thing we actually forgot to mention about the show last week was that they're sort of teasing Jeff Jarrett turning heel. And they talked with him being talked about as paranoid because the pressure of everyone after his title. So I just want to bring that up because that was in my notes here as well.
No, that's a good point. I mean, he even like he choked out. Well, not choked out, but he choked Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Like, so he's definitely like snapping, which is an interesting take. You know?
And I get.
Oh wait, didn't he smashed Dusty with a chair?
Whoa.
I remember at the end, right? Didn't he like, hey man, what's going on? And he's like, oh, what, fuck you? And he hit him over the head.
Yes, because he tried to stop him and he turned around and he hit Dusty. Oh shit.
Yeah. So welcome to the TNA Cross Line podcast, where we don't write down notes and we remember shit as we go.
It's part of the fun, though. Really.
Yes.
But that ties into, once again, there's so much stuff happening. How can I possibly remember everything?
Yeah, it is nuts.
I mean, it's a lot.
You can't. That's one thing you can't say for TNA is that there's like nothing going on. There's stuff going on. Some of it might be boring and horrible, but it's happening. And there's other good things. There's other stuff that's like, oh wow, that's actually intriguing. I'm actually intrigued by the Jeff Jarrett paranoid thing.
I think it's a good way to kind of flip him again because Jeff Jarrett babyface doesn't do it for me. So the fact that he's kind of going crazy because everyone wants to fight him, it makes sense because that's what's happening.
Oh, so, absolutely.
I'm for it. We'll see what happens with that. Now, pertaining to the Dusty Rhodes and Nikolai Koloff storyline, of course. Nikita, sorry.
Not Nikolai. That's the wrong one. That's Nikolai Volkov, not Koloff.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
No, you know what? Nikolai Volkov could come out and you'd be like, who's that guy?
I'm like, what not, Bob? Nikita Koloff. Fuck. Jesus. Dallas, edit that in post.
I'm gonna flood your Facebook page with just Nikita Koloff matches for you to watch.
Oh, thanks so much. I know who he is. Damn it!
I'm gonna do it at like 4 a.m. That way, when you wake up, you're like, why do I have 76 notifications?
No,
and it's gonna be like Nikita Koloff matches from 1986 till 1992.
Well, I'd rather watch Nikita than Nikolai. I'm reading fast, motherfucker.
Sure.
So leave me alone.
I'll give you that. Yeah, Nikita Koloff is far better. Absolutely.
I'm going to slow down. I'm going to read really slow now. The Rhodes Nikita Koloff storyline ended with no explanation, as we discussed. So the two were feuding, but due to Koloff's permanent disability insurance settlement, he can't wrestle, so they couldn't go anywhere with the feud, which we kind of knew when it started, by the way. But that's why obviously he can't do anything because it's the Lloyds of London.
Lloyds of London, yeah.
And of course we know, as Bob mentioned, Eric Watts told the belt after, and Rhodes and Koloff didn't even bother chasing him. They just were like, okay, he took the belt.
Yeah, they're just like the parent where like the kid like takes something and they're just like, you know what, he'll tire himself out, then we'll go get him. Like, we're not gonna go chase after him.
Yeah, I mean, really. A note here on Conan that's kind of interesting. So his ability to work the Monterrey circuit, I think that's how you say it, Monterrey circuit in Mexico, will probably also open up EMLL talent to TNA to restart the luchador angle. Up to this point, wrestlers like Ultimo Guerrero and Ricky Marvin couldn't work due to the early 90s feud with Conan and EMLL promoter, uh, is it Paco El, I'm gonna mess up his last name. He had a feud with the promoter, and
I don't know. You know who that is?
I don't want to mess it up more than I'm already doing it. When Conan and Antonio Pena took Pena, there's no little thing on it, so it just says Pena, according to the Observer. Took so much of the company's talent as well as its television outlet in 1992 to form AAA. So he's had this feud because of the whole AAA thing. But he's working here, so we might see some more talent possibly coming from Mexico into TNA and kind of reignite that whole feud.
So are you invested in that or interested in that or no?
I'm interested because I like seeing talent like that I don't know. So I think that's fun. Now, if we're just fighting with Jerry Lynn again, I can probably get really bored with that really fast.
Now, I agree with you. I'm actually surprised that they're doing this just because Vince Russo has always been very vocal that American fans aren't, tuning in for Mexican wrestlers.
Yeah.
And then they're actually kind of just like focusing on that to an extent. Like even with the cruiserweights or X Division guys, I'm surprised that Russo's really put as much focus as he has on them.
Well, they can smarten up a little bit, I hope.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. I figured out how to say his last name, I think. It's Alonso. Paco Alonso, by the way. That's the EMLL promoter. I sat here and I thought about
it. Well done. You sounded it out.
Well, if I talked fast, I'm going to call him something else. Like I just called Nikita Nikolai for some reason.
You copy and pasted his name into Google and it showed you like how you should pronounce it.
I thought about it for a second, to be honest. Because I literally thought about it, but I did not do it.
Well done.
Now, if you remember, Tenacious Z, or Zach Gowen, signed with the WWE. This was a bit ago. Now, he was apparently backstage at the show the entire night last week as he drove in with Chris Sabin. Now, there was no negative incidents, but a lot of people were very cold about him being there. And Dave goes on to say, at 19 years old, he probably didn't understand why he wouldn't have been welcome after turning down a contract and signing with WWE. But I did find it interesting that he was backstage.
Wow. That is pretty interesting. And it makes sense to come with Sabin. They are both from Michigan.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save this one note for last because I can't wait to hear what you're gonna say about it. I'm gonna skip to a note from a SmackDown taping on April 15th in Norfolk, and that is that Alexis Laree of TNA got a tryout in a dark match, losing to Don Marie.
What is with Don Marie pinning all the girls from TNA?
I don't know.
First Desire, now Alexis. I can't wait for freaking Trinity to go there and get pinned by Don Marie on Velocity.
Stop it. And my last note before, we are going to, I know last week we mentioned I had issues with the Wayback Machine for NWA-TNA.com. Right. Well, I figured out a trick to get it to work. So after this last note, I got a couple things we'll point out from that, and then we'll get into the independent news with Bob before going to Explosion and starting the show. But Bob, you're going to love this news. This is exciting. Hold on, I lost it. I scrolled. Okay, here it is. Ready? The Honky Tonk Man claimed on his website that he was close to a deal to come in to TNA.
For what?
I don't know.
Oh, God.
But I hope he's fucking lying.
Yeah, no, I don't want to see that.
No, I don't either.
Oh, God, I'm trying to think of what they could even do. Maybe Honky Tonk Man comes out with a guitar as like a surprise or something, and Jeff Jarrett thinks that Honky Tonk Man's trying to steal his spot with the guitar, and he smashes him over the head with it. I don't know.
I'll be honest. If he came in and it was used for Jarrett to hit him with a guitar, bring him the fuck in. and I would love to see Jarrett hit him with the guitar. However, Honky Tonk Man is not going to come in just to put Jeff Jarrett over. It's just not going to happen.
No way. Yeah,
That's not how he works. So yeah, let's go into the Wayback Machine. Of course, you can check this out on your own. If you type in Wayback Machine on Google, you can type in NWA-TNA.com and you can see the old website. Now, last week I was having some really bad
Was
issues.
the Honky Tonk Man the funny one?
Yeah, that's the bad note, dude.
Okay.
It's funny in a bad way. It's not a good funny.
Yeah, it's not good. Yeah.
Now, I figured out a trick to be able to kind of look at some of these news things. I try not to go too far ahead. I really don't want to spoil stuff for the sake of the podcast, so I try not to go ahead of where I need to. However, with this particular, if you go on to the...
Oh, okay. So then disregard when I was like, Chris Harris a year from now. It's like, okay, go ahead.
That's a little different. I mean, I didn't want to, like for example, when New Jack came in, I would have been sad if I spoiled the New Jack surprise for myself. The Chris Harris thing, by the time we get to that, I'm going to forget about it, which is going to be great.
That's true. Okay.
It's true.
That's actually a really good point, yeah.
Now, so if you go to the Wayback Machine, you want to check this out. I actually jumped months ahead. I think I ended up jumping to like July or August. And then I could see the whole listing of all the old columns. These are all under the columns. I'd like to check out the Notes from Backstage by Bob Ryder and From the Inside by Jeremy Borash. Those are my two favorites that seem to have the most like behind the scenes information, which is kind of what we like on here. And I could go back to the April 16th, Notes from Backstage by Bob Ryder and the April 11th From the Inside on Jeremy Borash. And actually, I guess since Jeremy Borash is listed first, maybe I should read through those couple notes that I had first before going to Bob Ryder. So, just a couple of fun things. A lot of it is actually repeated in the newsletter, which is good because then I don't have to sit here and read it. And as we've covered these in the past, they, of course, love to push their product, which totally makes sense because, they work for them and it's on the company's website. Such as Jeremy Borash saying, I thought Wednesday's show was fantastic and was definitely a solid effort by all involved. There's lots of blood, lots of violence, some great work, and great storytelling. So, of course, pushing it, especially when they know they had a good show, they really make sure that they had a good show. And when it's a bad show, they also still make sure that you think it's a good show, and then you watch it.
I was just gonna say, like, oh, you need to check out last week's episode, and it could have been the drizzling shits, but Borash would be like, there may have been some ups and downs, but boy, were those ups crazy. Like, you need to watch the show.
Exactly, which they do. Yeah, they do point out if there was downs and stuff, and which is interesting.
Well, can you blame them? Like, if I was a promoter and the show sucked, am I going to be like, don't watch the show?
No, absolutely not. And I'm not knocking it by any means. Yeah. I'm just pointing out that's what they do a lot in this. So that's why a lot of it. I mean, the first time we went through this, I nearly read the entire thing, but I don't think we need to do that necessarily.
Yeah.
Now he brings up the conference that everyone was at too, which is them mingling with cable television reps from across the country and all this interesting stuff like that, which I thought was funny because TNA hosted a party at the House of Blues after getting back and stuff like that. Also, they mentioned that Chris Harris and a few other local wrestlers had a wild night out on the town with Toby Keith last week. Keith stopped by TNA 2 weeks ago and has really taken a liking to the TNA gang. Also, he does mention here that Mike Tenay and Bobby Heenan hosted the banquet at the annual Cauliflower Alley Club meeting in Las Vegas.
Bobby Heenan?
Yeah, and Mike Tenay hosted.
Wow.
Which is pretty cool. Also, he mentions some people that no one really cares about that are like famous people that he thinks that people like. Then they mentioned Pam Anderson in one of them because this guy, what's his name here? Scott Baio of Happy Days and Charles in Charge dated her.
Tell me you don't know who Scott Baio is.
Maybe I do. I don't watch Happy Days.
Did you ever see Charles in Charge?
No.
Charles in Charge. Da, da, da.
No, I haven't seen that.
What about Scott Baio is 55 and dating or whatever?
No. The name, okay, I'll say this. The name sounds familiar after I just said it out loud. When I was reading this, I had no clue.
Well, I guess it's all right. Scott Baio's not that big of a deal.
Oh, okay then. Well, anyway, speaking of Pam Anderson.
Oh, it just shows you like we're two different eras. Like I know who Scott Baio is.
Listen, it's okay. And we're not that far apart in age. What, we're at least 10, 15 years.
Listen here, you son of a bitch. Okay, I'm not that old.
I know. I'm just joking.
Yeah, it's more like
anyway.
what, 5?
Yeah, it's like something like that.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Yeah, it's like 4. 4.5.
Oh, okay. See, it keeps getting longer.
I'm 31.
Damn.
Okay.
Damn. Well, did you know that Scott Bale's net worth is $4 million? See, I'm Googling
That's
him now. I'm Googling him now so I can see who he is.
Are you serious?
That's what it says. I'm done looking at Scott Bale.
Yeah. What is going on here?
Anyways, speaking of Pam Anderson,
funny.
Ron Harris was Toby Keith's bodyguard at the recent CMT Flameworthy Awards hosted by Keith and Anderson. Harris said that she was more stunning in person. It was very sweet to everyone. Thanks, Ron, for giving us that awesome
thanks for that update.
JB does go on to announce a couple matches for the show, but so does Bob Ryder. And I like the way that Bob Ryder says it better, so I'm going to say it in his section. So that's all from the inside with Jeremy Borash that I'm going to share with you this week. If you want to read the whole thing, go back to the Wayback Machine. It's it's interesting. It's definitely cool to go back and see. Yeah. Bob Ryder's notes from backstage. So he posts this the same day as the show we're watching this, so April 16th, 2003. He starts off saying, I'm often asked what sets TNA apart from WWE. To me, all you have to do is take a look at last week's main event to get your answer. It's just like pretty interesting.
Right.
Essentially being like people like, everyone in that match wouldn't have even been on a WWE pay-per-view and certainly wouldn't have been anywhere near the main event. Essentially saying like, look at the people that we put in our main event. And he goes on to continue saying you hear so much about a glass ceiling and other promotions might have one, but TNA doesn't. And he says that the main event spots in TNA are open to anyone on the roster who can step up and perform. That's what happened last week, and it's the way we'll continue to operate in the future.
Would you say that they're open to whoever wants to grab the brass ring?
You could say it like that. However, I don't think they ever put an actual brass ring up on a ladder. But soon there's going to be a big giant rubber X hanging up that's in turn sort of the same idea.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Which I was thinking about a lot when people were making fun of the ring that AEW put up, is what I'm getting at Revolution. And I was like, do you guys not remember that they put up a big X, just a big X for TNA?
It's funny. So it's funny you say that because I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, when I think I was reviewing one of the 2004 shows, I was like, realistically, when this first aired, 10,000 people maybe had seen it.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at various things that have happened here. You're like, I'm like, pretty much no one's ever probably seen a lot of this.
I mean, that's a good point.
So when we get to Jarrett and Raven, like maybe 15,000 people saw that live. And then I doubt a lot of people bought like DVDs that the match was on or anything. Meanwhile, like WrestleMania's, millions of people have seen it. But
no, that's a pretty interesting point. And I'm sure that Raven Jarrett match is featured on a couple TNA releases afterwards. I mean, I'll have to check. They're currently packed up, but I have like a Best of Raven DVD they released, I think in like 2005 or so. I bet it's on that. I bet it's on the Jeff Jarrett, like fucking 4-disc. Is it 3 or 4-disc DVD they came out with Best of Jeff Jarrett? It's got to be on that. And then I also have, I'll probably share it eventually here, but I have a Best of NWA-TNA Heavyweight Championship matches that came out. I think it came out in either late 2003 or 2004. So it's like one of the early DVD releases that they did. And I bet it's on that. So it's probably only on a couple.
Sure. It's for sure on the world title one. Title defenses.
But no, that's a really interesting point, though, for sure.
But then the same thing with the Ring of Honor. AJ Styles against Brian Danielson from 2003, right? Maybe a few hundred people saw that and bought the DVDs of it. And then, you have millions upon millions of people who, if I were to post it on YouTube or Twitter, I'm sure people would be like, I never even knew this happened.
Yeah.
And that's why I love like TNA and other independents, because I could go and tell a casual fan of WWE like, oh, hey, this happened in TNA, and they're going to be like, no, what? No way.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, oh, here's the footage of it. And they're like, holy crap, like that's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's always really fun. I mean, there's stuff I see pop up all the time. I'm like, what? Like, when did this happen?
Like for me, it's like the WCW syndicated shows when it's like, oh, by the way, like Great Muta fought this guy on Worldwide in 1997. It's like, wait, what? Like, or like Ric Flair fought Lismark Jr. on a WCW Pro in 97. And it's like, no, he did not. And then it's like, yeah, he did. That's why I love like reviewing those shows, because it's like, what? Malenko and like Rey Mysterio had a banger match on a freaking WCW Pro. And I remember I paused the show and I was like, that's like the best match of 1997.
Yeah. It's cool. It's cool shit. For sure. So he does go on, Bob Ryder does go on here and then announces a match tonight that he's really looking forward to. And that is the NWA World Tag Team title match between Daniels and Skipper and Jarrett and Amazing Red. So since they won, we are getting their tag team championship match just a week later tonight. So that's going to be
wicked good.
I'm really excited. And now he even goes on to say that match last week was one of the strongest in recent months. So that match is getting a lot of praise internally and throughout the newsletter, and from people watching it for first time in a long time, or for the first, in my case, first time. Another match that he's looking forward to tonight is another tag team matchup, and this one is between the Church, or the New Church, and Sandman and New Jack.
One tag team match is not like the other.
Yeah, well, this one should be another wild brawl that is likely to go all over the building. And now, if you remember last week, I forgot about this already too, and I read these notes earlier, is that the Church threw a fireball that hit Sandman in the face, and that afterward the smell of burning hair lingered in the locker room the rest of the evening. Which sounds awesome.
Man, it does, but it's also like it's Sandman's hair, so it's like that's kind of weird.
Yeah. For sure.
Like, what does Sandman's burning hair smells like?
Cigarettes. Beer.
Is that a Marlboro Light? What is that? No, it's Sandman's eyebrows. Oh, okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
He says here that TNA had some good discussions last week with some cable executives who attended that cable TV convention in New Orleans that we discussed earlier, and that we're in the process of launching special promotions in several markets to help build awareness of our program. That's a little positive note there on trying to get more people to know about TNA.
Yeah, you gotta do something. I feel like TNA's always kind of lacked.
Yeah, they have
the promotional part.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. He says that they continue to receive phone calls from some interesting people who are expressing interest in being part of the talent roster. Some of the names will surprise you, and you can expect to see some familiar faces continue to pop up on upcoming broadcasts. And even, he says that we're also keeping an eye on some local talent that can make an impact on our show in the very near future. So a lot of interesting teases there that I thought was fun. I
thought they were gonna maybe like mention a name.
No, he just keeps teasing it. They want you to buy the show and find out who it's going to be.
Yeah.
He also brings up Toby Keith being backstage a couple weeks ago, and apparently last week Sterling Marlin was in the Asylum and to appear on the Totally NASCAR, which taped segments from the ring just before the doors opened. So that Totally NASCAR show apparently was filmed in the ring. Both these guys, along with Hermie Sadler, appeared on the debut broadcast last year, and it was good to see them, and it's good to hear they are big fans of TNA. So just pushing the fact that these celebrity people like the show and we're backstage. This is a very interesting note that I actually really liked, and that is the last week. Now we didn't know this because Bob Ryder, we didn't see these, but last week he made a comment in the column about Dusty Rhodes competing in his first ladder match. Now during the show, we discussed like, hey, this could potentially be his first ladder match. Well, apparently, many people, including Dusty, pointed out in the last week that he did have a ladder match before, and it was against Tully Blanchard years ago.
Really?
I guess so. So I thought that was pretty interesting because we actually did discuss this as well.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's not something I would have thought about for sure.
No, I always feel like the NWA back then would always be like, cage matches or chain matches.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird that they would do a ladder match. I feel like the first real ladder match that I really remember was when Brett and Shawn did one in like 92 before the WrestleMania 10 one.
Yeah.
But I don't remember anything before that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Now we get one every week.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're full of them now.
Yeah.
And I got one more note here, and that is, of course, something we sort of already touched on, but the end is pretty interesting. So April 30th is rapidly approaching, and that'll be the day that we'll see Raven and Jeff Jarrett square off for Jarrett's NWA World Heavyweight title. In the meantime, look for these two to continue to be at each other's throats in the weeks leading up to the big match. In fact, Jeff Jarrett has a special surprise for Raven tonight.
Okay.
Pretty interesting. And that is where I'm leaving you. That is all my notes leading to the show.
Okay. So I'm excited now because I don't know the surprise. I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I like that little tease.
Yeah. And then I wonder who he's referencing that's like going to be coming in as a surprise or whatever.
And as we know, last week was one of the first weeks we didn't have like a big name come in. Of course, Sabin made his debut, but we've been having like a bigger name almost every week. So I think we're kind of due.
Yeah, Sabin would obviously become a big name for them.
Of course, yeah. So in the long term, it is cool that he made his debut and nothing else could have overshadowed that. And looking back on it, really. Yeah. But yeah, what do we got for the independent news? What's going on there?
Well, it looks like quite a few people kept busy, which I knew this trend would start. So hopefully this continues. Because I hate when it's only like two people. Like, oh, two people got a job over the weekend. That's
and it's like one match, and it's like, yeah, they wrestled each other.
Yeah, literally. So Raven, who is always going to be a series regular here on the TNA Indie notes, he lost to Jimmy Vegas on April 12th in a Ravens Rules match for the IWC, which is the International Wrestling Cartel out of Pennsylvania. And then the next day, he defeated Disco Inferno, or Glen Gilberti, on April 13th for another IWC show. AJ Styles, he kept busy on April 12th. Now, I want to point out here that I'm going to be referencing Ring of Honor and CZW shows. They happened on the same day, but they both happened in Pennsylvania. The CZW show was at the ECW Arena, and then the Ring of Honor show was at like the Armory. So they were pretty close together. So there's some double shots here that these guys were able to pull off.
Interesting.
So I don't know if I would have ever known that or noticed it when I was doing notes. So I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I like that.
So AJ Styles teamed with Amazing Red to defeat the Briscoe brothers to retain the Ring of Honor tag titles at the Epic Encounter on April 12th. And then that same day, he lost to Jay Briscoe in a four-way match, also involving Jimmy Rave and Jason Cross for CZW. And then on April 13th, he teamed with Super Hentai to defeat Mysterious X and Shirley Doe. He had also wrestled Super Hentai on that show, but then I think Mystery X and Shirley Doe got involved, so then you get your typical, like, hey, let's team up and fight these guys type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Perry Saturn wrestled for WWA, but it's not the one that's in England. It's the one that's in Massachusetts. And he wrestled for them on April 11th and April 12th. And both times, he wrestled Sabu to a no contest. And then they teamed up to defeat the Desert Destroyers. Both days. So,
okay.
So good, you got to do it twice, I guess. David Young was a part of a group called The Group in Ring of Honor, and it was a whole list of guys. I didn't really want to write it all down. But he was part of The Group at the Epic Encounter, losing an I Quit bunkhouse match that also featured Dusty Rhodes. So Dusty Rhodes wrestled in Ring of Honor, if you can imagine that.
That's crazy.
Christopher Daniels lost to Homicide on April 12th at the Epic Encounter for Ring of Honor. And then he teamed with Mikey Whipwreck to defeat the SATs on April 12th for ICW. And then he lost to Justin Credible on April 13th for PWF. So that's a fun weekend for Daniels. Jerry Lynn lost to Justin Credible for the vacant ICW Heavyweight Championship on April 12th. Amazing Red defeated Brian XL on April 12th for ICW. He then lost to Joey Matthews in a three-way match involving Johnny Storm on April 13th for PWF. Alexis Laree, but apparently my document edited her name to Laree, so it was Alexis Laree. It's Alexis Laree. Defeated Ariel on April 12th at the Epic Encounter. And then the last bit here is Julio Dinero teamed up with Easy Money, who we've not seen in TNA for a little while now, in a losing effort against the Christopher Street Connection on April 12th for ICW. So that is your indie news, notes, whatever, appearances this week on the podcast.
Yeah, people keep him busy, man. There's a lot going on there. And it's going to be more interesting as we keep going as well. So I always like hearing about those.
Yeah, and before we get into the show, I want to point out, like, we noticed a surge in our downloads for episode
it was
38. Yeah, so we tape a little bit ahead of schedule, so this is the first time we're really mentioning it. But hopefully, anybody that I guess maybe found us on that episode, I don't know how or what happened that caused such a surge, but I mean, we're grateful for it. It's cool, and hopefully everybody that's listening enjoys TNA or enjoys to hate it, whatever the case is. But we enjoy watching it and making fun of it sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually gonna wait and to bring that up, but I'm glad you brought it up now because it was really exciting. We've mentioned before when we broke our like daily download records that we were really excited. Well, this one blew it out of the water, and I don't know what happened, but I'm definitely thankful for it, and I think it was really, really awesome. And we always appreciate the support. And hopefully, episode 38 was good enough to keep you around, and that now you're listening to episode 41.
Yeah, and I want to point out that I hope that I have a reveal. Dallas, it was me. I actually just hit refresh 100 and however many times or whatever it was.
And just kept playing it. You've just played the episode through the past couple days.
Boom, 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 boom. That's it.
Just listening.
I have 3 computers going, and hopefully by the end of the weekend I'll have it up to about 400.
400,000. Well, and on that note, actually, too, if you are enjoying the show and you have been following along, leave us a review. Let us know what you think about it.
Yeah.
Whether you listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, anywhere you listen to it. I don't know if you can leave them on Spotify, but we're on that too. We're on everywhere you can listen to your favorite podcasts, as well as Podbean. You can give our page a follow, and that's my cheap plug for that. But we always appreciate the support.
Yeah, the reviews might not show up like on iTunes or something, but I've been going to chartable.com to see, probably once a week or so if anybody else leaves a review for both this podcast and for IcoPod. So at some point in time, we'll see it, and if it's a positive one, we'll mention it. But if you insult me or Dallas, actually, no, it's okay to insult Dallas, but if you insult me.
Yeah, Bob doesn't like negative feedback. You got to give us mostly positive. If you want to leave Bob negative feedback, send it to our DMs, and then he'll tell me not tell you to Dallas. Don't read that. Don't read that.
Don't look at it.
And I'll be like, okay.
I don't like bad news.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't either. But
that's why I don't go to the doctor. I don't go to funerals.
Jesus.
Weddings. I don't go to weddings. I don't do none of it.
Oh my God.
So I avoid bags.
Well, we got some quick good news here on Explosion before we get into the show.
Oh
Bob.
shit! Yeah, go ahead. I forgot.
This is a stacked card.
Oh God.
It's a good one.
Hold
pretty
on to your
excited.
seats, guys. It's going to be a 15-match card. Let's go.
Well, only 4 matches. However,
Oh, man.
the names we got are very interesting this week. So
Okay.
this is Explosion number 28, according to Cage Match, and it was taped on the same day we're watching the show, which is April 16th, 2003, and it aired on April 20th, 2003. And it featured the following matches. Eric Watts defeated Antonio Banks, who would later become MVP.
That's right.
Which is pretty cool. This one I was really excited to read. Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens, otherwise known as The Naturals, defeated Derek King and Jason B,
Wait a minute. Andy Douglas and Chase Stevens appeared on Explosion and won a match?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
In April of 2003, I would never have thought that.
Isn't that cool?
That's nuts.
Yeah, I thought this was really awesome. I was really pumped when I saw this on here. Yeah, and so they defeated Derek King and Jason B, and Jason B is our buddy Easy Money, which is funny that Bob just mentioned him.
Oh.
That we haven't seen him. Well, he's on Explosion this week.
And he went by Jason B?
At least according to my notes on from the Observer and going off Cage Match, both say Jason B.
Wow.
So
is it just a letter B or like B?
Yeah.
Like
no, just a letter. Yeah, just a letter.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I clicked on it. I'm trying to get better at like, oh, do I know who this person is? And it's also Easy Money, and I was like, what?
Yeah. Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah. Sonny Siaki defeated Delirious.
Okay.
And then in the main event, Chris Harris defeated BJ Payne, who we've heard his name a bunch too on Explosion. So, pretty fun little card on Explosion this week.
Yeah, BJ Payne is I mentioned before, but he was a regular for OVW in like 2000, 2001, 2002. So that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's some good stuff there.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm ready to get into the show. Pay-per-view 41.
That tag title match, I'm telling you, when you said that was on this show, I don't know if I've been more excited for a match.
Well, don't get your hopes up too high.
I know. That's why I'm pissed. Because
you know what happens.
Sucks, if it sucks, I'm going to be so deflated and disappointed by it. I guess this is a moment of truth. Can TNA not freaking disappoint me for once? We'll find out here in a couple, or I guess probably like in an hour or so. Who knows when it happens? But I'm going to count down from 5. And when I say play, hit the play button, whether it be on Fight TV or on Impact Plus, or maybe you have it on in your own personal collection. No matter the case, when I say play, hit the play button, follow along with us, or maybe you're working at a convenience store or a fast food restaurant and you want to block out your coworkers. Well, that's what Dallas and I are here for. Now, hopefully you don't get fired if they're like, oh my God, there's a fire, but you didn't know because you were listening to Dallas and I, chit-chatting. Yeah. So here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Well, you almost screwed me up there with the delay, but it's good. Hey, look at this weird TNA logo intro. What is this? Okay. Fade to black. Last week. Okay, so now we're getting our normal. Actually, this is the same style they did.
Freaking thing.
Yeah, I'm going to hold the crowd number until we see the crowd, just for fun. I think it makes more sense to discuss it once they're panning around the crowd. They're showing Nikita, Koloff, and the NWA title. The Dusty, where's Eric Watts stealing it? Here's James Storm. I'll tell you what's up. What the hell are you doing?
What the hell are you doing out here with your short sleeve shirts? It's 30 degrees out here, buddy.
It's freezing rain.
How do you know I wasn't out there back there trying to get a title shot?
Well, because why the fuck are you sitting down asking for a title shot? That's how.
Like drinking a beer with him. Like, that's weird.
Yeah, Glenn tried to cheat last week, if you recall. Put his feet on the ropes. Mike Posey's like, nah, dude. And then, of course, we'll see here in just a second that, Styles does the same thing. Which is weird because he had his fighting the ropes.
You didn't need to do it after the Styles clash.
Well, yeah, that was just bizarre because he got off. He pins in the Styles clash. And then, Glenn attacked Mike Posey. Now, there wasn't a blade job in the match, but right there, Mike Posey blades before he gets chucked into the crowd. and then hit in the back with a chair. And now we're showing, of course, the David Young stuff with Sonny Siaki. Ace in the hole, baby.
David Young, the betrayal of all betrayals. You thought that Hulk Hogan broke your heart. Well, the moment when David Young hit a spine buster on Athena,
He sold out.
Children all around the world cried.
He sold out.
Saturn, Mike Barton.
He's doing the stalling move and just dripping, the stalling like suplex, just fucking dripping blood. And then there's him. See, they don't show the context, though. That's so cheap looking.
Yeah, I think it's important to show the context. Because if you just look at a guy twisting a guy's wrist, you're probably like, that guy's a bitch.
I didn't know it was the Trinity show.
Yeah, there you go. Head scissors on Raven. Moonsault to the floor.
To Laree and Dinero. And then Trinity walked out. That's right. And then Raven ended up getting the victory after Trinity walked out, showing him, like, maybe you do need me. And then, Eric Watts started doing some of his, like, weird, like, flirty shit with Goldilocks this week. Or last week, I should say. He was kind of like, oh, he hurt your neck? And he was trying to rub her neck and stuff. And she's like, don't do that. I just remember seeing that in an interview there.
And then he was all like, I was a great quarterback at Louisville. And it's like, no, you weren't.
I hit all the touchdowns, he said.
Yeah, all 9 of them.
Jarrett yelling back at TNA again. I missed that shit. Here comes Raven and essentially his flock. I guess we can say it. It's not officially known as that, but... Well, your ass was detoxing, because that's the only thing we can ever say to Raven, is that you were doing drugs.
Yeah, that's the second time at least, right? Because Styles did it.
Oh, yeah. Glenn did it too. And here's Dusty sneaking in the ring. Bam! There's the chair shot.
It is. What a great sell. He just collapses down.
He did do it pretty good. It's funny, though, because he had the hat on.
And it stayed on, didn't it? I don't think it fell
fucking
off.
did. Look, it does stay on. It's like it's fucking glued on his head, dude.
Yeah.
Because Jarrett called Raven in the ring. Oh, there's him, a picture of him choking Goldie. There's him sits down interview with Mike Tenay, hitting D'Lo with the chair, which gave him like 7 stitches, and now Dusty Rhodes. Jarrett's out of fucking control.
That's going to be the anniversary show title match, Jarrett and Dusty.
Well, hey, we're getting our intro, and Bob, I have a fun fact for you.
Yeah.
Which I already told you, but as of episode 38, this song right here is finally featured in our opening.
Hey.
So episode 38 onward until they switch it. I'm going to try to keep up on it a little bit better. I had like an epiphany after we recorded last week's episode of why have I not put the new song in? So I hope you're enjoying a new intro. It flows in really nice. I really like it.
It's a good thing that you say that, because on Oikopod, I switched the Raw song to the right one, not that really awful country one they used for like 2 weeks.
Oh, good.
Did Dusty shave his head?
Dusty definitely looks like he shaved. He's outside right now. Looks like he's waiting for possibly Jarrett. Yep, he just said anxiously awaiting Jarrett's arrival. What's this? Raven? It is. Yeah. They fixed his microphone. Raven, Dinero, and...
Revolution of the Damned, he said.
His apostles.
They worship at the altar of his brilliance.
Alexis is like rubbing his shoulders with... Raven has like mutton chops.
Yeah, what is that? Is that real?
I think.
It doesn't look like it's real.
No, it's a weird look for Raven.
Is that hair? It looks like it's like paint.
No, it's hair, dude. He just magically grew a beard the past week and then shaved it so he had mutton chops. Huh. 2 weeks until Destiny, baby. Nice sign in the crowd. Oh, well, they didn't do a crowd pan really well, so I'll just say it here. We got 1,250, so 1,250 people. It says mainly papered, but we knew that already.
Oh, yeah. At this point, if you're paying a ticket to get in there, you're just a sucker.
I mean,
I would.
The first step in dismantling your power. He's going to take the title away from Jeff Jarrett's waist. Crowd's booing him. Don't screw him up. A few weeks ago, it was really bad.
Oof, yeah, that was bad. It was funny. It was bad.
Because, yeah, very unlike him.
Yeah, he lost his train of thought.
His destiny is to win the title. We know. His hair is slowly becoming not as blonde anymore. He's growing it out, it looks like.
Is he not looking like Joe Exotic or what?
Oh, shit, dude. Whoa, yeah. He's got the Joe Exotic going on.
Yeah, he does. Where's Carol Baskins?
Is that Alexis Laree? Could that be Carol Baskins? And then Julio Dinero's his Tiger.
There you go.
Or no, Julio Dinero's Jeff.
Oh, my God. What a great show.
I need to rewatch it, I think.
I need to, dude. It was so good.
Welcome to Raven's Clockwork Orange House of Fun. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
All right. Oh, all right. He's wrestling.
Open. Yeah, he's in the... Oh, they have a caution tape thing. He rips it down.
Yeah.
So he's opening the show.
It's amazing to me that humans like respect a piece of tape so much that says caution, like do not enter. It's like I can't then.
Yeah, we can't do that.
How am I supposed to get past that?
Raven has the superstar lights going on here, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, I thought that was reserved for Jeff Jarrett, but
Jarrett and the Harris brothers usually.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, let's see who Raven is facing. Alexis Laree is wearing a chain link top, and I'm kind of really into it.
I just noticed that, and she looks really good in that.
Okay, are you down?
Oh my God, dude! Sunday Night Heat has officially shown up on TNA weekly pay-per-views, baby. Let's go! If you love a D'Lo Brown Raven match, well, from about April 2002 until about January 2003, these guys wrestle each other nearly every other week.
It looks like D'Lo finally has like a new design on the front of his shirt, which is like really nice.
I can't even read that.
I can't read it, but it's not just a little tiny circle. That's what I mean by nice. Although the back does not say, "Are you down?" anymore.
It just says nothing.
So Raven D'Lo Brown opening up. This is a very interesting opening match here.
I like how there's a fan with a sign that says 14 days, Jeff. Or JJ.
Good.
Yeah, JJ.
Double J, yeah.
D'Lo. You're looking at the real deal? Is that what it said?
Is that what he said? Oh, the shirt or him?
I think it says that on his shirt. You're looking at the real deal.
I'll have to take a good look at it.
I don't know if it says you're looking at the real deal now, but it says you're looking at the real deal.
I think it might.
Yeah, I think so.
14 days. See, even the amount of signs that people are counting down, like, okay, 2 weeks, Jeff. Like, that's really cool. The fans are really getting into this hype of we're getting closer and closer to that title match.
Well, I think it just shows you that the fans want to cheer Raven.
Mm-hmm.
And they also want him to be their champion.
Yeah, for sure. Got headlock. D'Lo pushing him off to the ropes. Raven knocking him down with a shoulder block. Comes back to a hip toss. Clothesline
to the floor. Come on, Raven. Break the table. Chipotle.
I just had Chipotle for lunch today, and it did not sit well.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not feeling great tonight, but that's fine.
It's funny you mention that because on Friday, as
holy shit,
dive over the top on
that
Raven.
That was nice. He hit him perfectly.
That was good. I don't know if I call that double clothesline today. It was a dive.
Well, let's see. Now, he did hit Dinero too.
I guess it kind of was.
He kind of did hit both of them.
With a whatever. Anyway, on Friday morning, I vomited.
Oh, Jesus.
For the first time in a long time. So that was fun. Yeah. It was also the anniversary of Nitro's final show. So I think that's the correlation.
Let's be real. That's why you threw up.
Yeah, I was depressed.
The repressed memories came back as Raven just got D'Lo outside of the ring, and Dinero and Laree are like, I'm not touching him. He just happened to fall out on the side next to us. Raven got him back in the ring here, though, and now he's about to do that weird move off the second rope where he like drives his knee down on him and they push him down. I hate that move.
Yeah, it doesn't look good.
Went for a pin, a 2 count though.
Come on, D'Lo. Show us that you deserve that title match. Clothesline by Raven.
Ooh, he's lining him up. What's he gonna do? Knee lift.
TNA was super excited for that knee lift.
Yeah, he was. A running knee lift.
Oh my God, the goal of this guy.
Oh, calling for the even flow. D'Lo breaks it out. Hits him with a cutter.
That was like a twist of fate.
Yeah, it was, really.
That was weird.
Oh.
Come on. Look at Alexis Laree, man. Jeez. She fits in well with the Raven gimmick, I'll tell you that.
She does, actually. I really like it.
D'Lo hammering away on Raven. Ducks a wild clothesline for a forearm. And another clothesline of his own.
Scoop and slam.
Oh, is it going to be the leg drop here? Yep.
Raven with the legs up in the air. That was wicked funny.
Yeah. Should we send our well wishes to BG James?
We absolutely should. I can't believe that shit. So, I mean, when this airs, it might be older news. Hopefully, we got good news by the time it comes out. But he was hospitalized, I believe, for a heart attack.
That's the, I guess, the report, or the assumption was that it was a heart attack. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty crazy as D'Lo goes for that frog splash. Dinero's in the ring though. Super kicks. Whoa. Super kicks D'Lo. Rolls him up. Alexis, get the frick down there from the thing.
Bad transition.
Oh, I thought it was going to be it. But yeah, man. BG James, Road Dogg, whatever you want to call him. Hopefully ends well here because I was really surprised. I did not expect that news.
No, I did not either.
I guess, it was probably a couple months ago at this point.
Look at this. Their referee bumps are just ridiculous.
Well, so Dinero, oh wait, I know what he's got. He pulled something out of his pocket. Yep, it's powder. He just threw it in D'Lo's face. Yeah, they just did a really awkward ref bump. Then he threw powder in the eyes. Alexis Laree's in the ring. D'Lo can't see, so he gives her the spine or the sit down. Is a spine buster, power bomb, whatever you want to call it.
Sit out power bomb, yeah.
Dinero's in the ring now, though.
Catatonic.
He's going to pin Dinero because he can't see who he's pinning. Raven's getting up laughing his ass off, like, yeah.
Well, wouldn't you feel the pants and be like, wait a minute? Raven wasn't wearing pants.
The way Dinero just fell out of the ring. Even flow. Oh, wait, we're calling it the Raven effect
Raven
now.
effect, yeah. Raven with the win. Just like you would see on Sunday Night Heat. Now, that was a bit of a cluster in terms of like the finish there, but I guess you have to protect D'Lo. But...
Yeah, and not a bad opening match, I feel like, though.
Would you say that I don't know if I would say D'Lo's like a main event guy, right?
No, I wouldn't.
No, I didn't think so.
They tried.
So I was going to say, like, oh, these are, two potential main event guys for TNA, but I don't think D'Lo's at that level, even in TNA.
Yeah, which is sort of saying something if you think about it. I know it sounds bad, but
no, it's 100% saying something.
They're known for like bringing in low level talent and making them their main event stars.
Yeah, and
unfortunately, it's not working with D'Lo.
No, I mean he would become a main event guy in like 10 years.
Oh. If you're following along here, we're at 15:37 and our first match is over, which is a kind of a relief. We started with about a 4-minute video package, a short promo by Raven, and right into a match. I think a good start to the show.
Yeah, so Raven wins against D'Lo, and now we're gonna get a video package of him saying, "Hey, this is my destiny to be the NWA World Champion. Come with me
as we explore." Right? Oh, look at this. Clockwork Orange. House of Fun.
That looks like a Sega Genesis type of graphic.
You are damn right it does.
Like you're playing the video game. It's like, hey, here's this.
January
22nd, The Vow.
Oh, see, I
So
keep saying the wrong date. So
yeah,
it's
you
the
keep on saying the
22nd.
29th. I thought it was the 29th as well, though, to be fair. So it's
Right,
Raven. Yeah, he beat up Jeff Jarrett despite the entire locker room being in the ring, and they just stared at him like, "Who's
Also,
this guy?"
this look for Raven, by the way, when he made his debut, he had like black. I think he had like gloves on. He's got like a hoodie with like a leather vest and jeans, and he just looks like a badass.
He looked good.
The
March
fulfillment,
19th, the fulfillment, yeah.
and that's when he finally won. I believe that it's the ladder match, correct? Yes.
Yeah, and his back of his head was busted open.
The 8 steps between heaven and hell. Yeah, and actually, this is a funny thing. I don't know if you even knew, Bob, but I posted a image of. It's pretty much that image there of Raven laying with the contract. This one right here, we're seeing with the pile of blood, the pool of blood.
And the staple gun, right?
Yeah, and Facebook flagged this particular image when I posted it, and you had to like uncover it because of violent and graphic content. So.
Wow. Well, I guess when there's a pool of blood on the freaking canvas, it's probably suggestive. So.
Well, it definitely was. Look at Destiny Awaits, Raven and Jarrett, man. The world title, 2 weeks from tonight. Quote the Raven.
Yeah, there's definitely interest in this match. No
Never
doubt.
more.
Hopefully they don't mess it up.
2 weeks until Destiny. Showing that sign again. I like that sign. Tanae and Down West on the house mics for some reason. What are you going to tell us what's happening next week, 20 minutes into the show? Ready for an off-the-charts night. No, they're hyping up this show. Talking about the tag team title match between Triple X and Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red.
They better deliver the goods, I'll tell you that. X Division Dream Team.
Oh, he sat down with America's Most Wanted. Okay.
Drama.
And that's not all. Street fight between Glen Gilberti and AJ Styles tonight.
What was so controversial about the finish? AJ hit the Styles Clash and then was being a dick to put his feet on the ropes when he didn't need to do it.
I don't know.
I don't know what's so controversial about that.
Whoa. Kid Kash defending the X Division title against Mike Sanders.
Well, that's disgusting.
That's weird, but Mike Sanders has been doing more X Division style moves.
Well, yeah, and I was just thinking he has had a couple of good matches in a row, but does that mean he's got to have an X Division title match?
No. Wait a second. Goldie's in the sex locker room? Tanae goes, is that possible? I hate to say this, but I think Goldilocks has joined this team.
You think that?
It's a joke, because she's literally always interviewing in the sex locker room.
That's true.
Lots going on. Sanders is back. Glenn's like, yeah, he's back. You got David Young. Desire's got Sonny Saki under control. Got the tag champs here.
What do they mean by having David Young under control? Isn't he with them now?
Yeah. I think it's very safe to say, if we didn't realize it already, Glenn is definitely the leader of this team now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no doubt about it.
I'd also like to thank Glen Gilberti for following us on Twitter.
That means he listens, right?
I would assume he has to.
Or does that just mean that he probably saw that you tagged him and stuff 17 times and he's like, oh, okay, fine.
It's actually probably more like the case, but...
Yeah. What does his shirt say? Nothing?
No, it doesn't look like anything.
Just like numbers?
Something exchange. Armenian exchange, I think. By the way, Goldilocks is in here, but not asking any questions. She's just like holding the microphone.
Yeah, they're just all talking.
Wrap the towel around her hand, he's saying to Ron Harris. And hit. Glenn wants him to hit him.
The hell was that? Why is he...
Oh, is that all your pussy brothers got? He's getting hyped, dude.
That's a weird way to get your group motivated, is wrap a towel on your fist and then punch them? The hell?
Sex. This is the first time we're hearing the sex song in a while, dude.
Yeah, but
wait,
what the hell? I think
started like it was, but now I don't know. I can't tell. The spokesperson,
because Triple X have like their own music.
Most of them do at this point.
Yeah. What a weird thing. That was one of the weirder segments I think I've seen. Yeah, hit me in the head.
It was like a hype segment.
Yeah, but it was like, I don't know. That didn't really translate that well to me. Well, you know, AJ Styles is being serious because he's wrestling in jeans and a t-shirt.
Yeah, this is weird.
And when it comes to a street fight, if you don't wear jeans and a t-shirt, then you are not prepared.
For sure. And they're both wearing the same thing. Taped fists, jeans, and cut-off shirt. So if I had to take a guess, we're going to see some barbed wire and glass. We're getting word that Jarrett has still not arrived here tonight.
Barbed wire and glass.
Oh, look at that German suplex by Styles.
Go get him, AJ. I feel like Gilberti is going to win.
I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest with you, but I would be a little sad.
Well, I
only
say that because it is a street fight. And Gilberti does have about 6 guys that should be able to help him out here. So.
That's very true. Gilberti punched Styles, and now he's kind of out of the ring here. Gilberti following along. Do you feel like Styles is like a little lost now as well?
Well, a little bit, because I think that, you know, the Jarrett thing to an extent was probably a little rushed.
I think so.
And excuse me, when like where can you go after that? Sure, he had the Raven stuff, but there's nothing you can really do after that. So it's like, okay, I guess we can pivot to a thing with Gilberti.
Which I guess it is like continuing what was happening. And by the way, Gilberti threw Styles into the steps and now tossed him into the crowd here. So
and I was going to say, Gilberti did cost him.
Yes, and so that's what I'm getting at. So in a way, it is following along with that, but like,
yeah.
But like, is it worth 2 weeks worth of matches between them?
Probably not.
I guess that's kind of where I'm at. I feel like Styles should be wrestling in the X division or like.
No, see, I wouldn't revert him back to the X division.
Well, I say that as like having those, 4.5-star matches and stuff, and now he's just wrestling Glen Gilberti 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, but I think I would want to keep him in like the main event heavyweight division because, right now in TNA's brain, they're probably thinking, okay, Jarrett, Raven, probably D'Lo. Let's face it, D'Lo's probably in that group. And AJ, I guess. Dusty would probably be. He would probably be in the main event too. So those matches don't sound all that intriguing. Like,
look at this.
What is that? Oh, there's Mike Sanders.
He hit him into the sex locker room door and it opened. Sanders just came out and started punching Styles.
Here we go. And so it begins.
Yeah. Now listen, I agree with what you're saying. I think for me, it's like I just want to see him doing these crazy ass matches, and that's where I'm like getting lost.
Well, yeah,
but I agree with what you're saying.
What I'm trying to say is like he should be like the workhorse of that main event picture. Is what I'm trying to get.
And I guess that's sort of in a way what I'm trying to say. Not necessarily revert him to a lower level, but like I want to see him in higher competition, and like doing the shit that what made him famous. Look, JB in the crowd. Get these children away from this.
Well, and with the X Division doesn't need AJ Styles because you look at a guy like Chris Sabin coming in, he crushes it. So there's people out there that can work that style, maybe not to the extent that Styles can, but I mean that's how you elevate people. I think the X Division should be used as a way to elevate people into the main event. You don't want to revert them back down. At least not so quickly. I mean, he's only been in there for like 2 months.
Oh, I agree with this. I do. Going for a running clothesline by Gilberti, but ducks it, and Styles comes back with a super kick. We're now inching over toward the balcony that everyone likes to throw off of and jump off of, so who knows what we're about to see here in a couple minutes. There's not a table right there, though.
Which is a surprise.
At least not set up.
They've been watching a lot of Jeff Jarrett tapes.
Oh, for sure. Oh, and by the way, Styles is busted open, and
Yeah,
he's
I
dripping
feel like
blood on the floor.
do we normally see fans over there on the
No,
right?
no.
Yeah, what is up with that? Oh, he's doing
Styles
pretty
slipped
good.
out a power bomb and then goes for suplex on the concrete.
He's hurt. Go get him. Oh, and Sanders is like, wait a minute, let me get some shots in here.
Well, look at D'Lo.
Oh, hi, D'Lo. We saw him lose to Ravens, so now he's got to help out his pal AJ.
Oh, referees are coming to try to stop D'Lo, but they wouldn't stop Mike Sanders. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Love it. Couldn't overcome the odds. Now, it was funny when the referees were trying to keep D'Lo back because D'Lo was literally keeping himself back.
Yeah.
He was hugging, I think it was Charles.
Styles running, jumping over the guardrail onto Glen Gilberti. We're back ringside.
Oh,
Could we see that again? Keith
I've
in the
never
truck.
seen a white guy jump so high in my life. Bruce Mitchell, can we see it? Come on. Or whatever his name is. Is it Bruce Mitchell? I think it's Bruce Mitchell. Guys in the truck.
Or no, Keith. Is it Keith Mitchell?
Keith Mitchell.
Keith,
Bruce Mitchell's
yeah,
the
Keith.
jerk. Is the jerk.
I couldn't see. That's what just threw me off. I was like, wait, there is a Bruce Mitchell somewhere, isn't there, though?
Bruce Mitchell's the guy that was like, oh, well, Brody Lee's wife. Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Yeah, Keith Mitchell. Yep. Snap side suplex by Styles. Styles rolls out here. He's all bloody. There's a kid right in the front row who looks terrified.
Well, I would be too if a guy busted open with a chair was coming towards me.
He's got like a mustache of blood. I'm just gonna point that out. He's got a steel chair, not a padded one. It's actually like a metal chair. Running at Gilberti, but he ducks it. Hits the corner though. He didn't hit himself in the face, so that's good. Gilberti Irish whips him, kicks him in the gut, and nope, sneaks out of the cutter.
Spin kick by Styles.
It was on target.
What was that eye roll for?
Oh, I don't know.
He's like, I'm like on target. And you're like, whatever. Whatever, TNA.
Styles lodged a chair in the corner. Gilberti looking like he's gonna do a catapult here. A little slingshot. Styles stops. Nice.
Oh, kick to the gut. And then Gilberti goes face first into the chair. Oh, and Julio is now Gilberti going to be busted open. I'm thinking he just did a blade job.
Gilberti?
Yeah. And that's why the camera was focused on Styles for so long.
Probably. He hit Gilberti in the back with the chair now.
I'm waiting for it. Where's Glen's face?
I feel like I can tell by the way he's selling that he did.
Oh, blocks a chair shot. Oh! Wow.
Well,
And he did not blade.
That was a good finish.
That was a good finish.
Glenn went for they called it a stunner, but it's like the cutter that he does. I forgot what you meant.
The last dance.
The last dance. And
the first over the chair.
Yeah, it like the way Styles had the chair, he landed, throat first on it. I mean, it was nice.
Wow. That's okay. I mean, that's a clean win. It's a street fight, so you can do that. That was a good finish. I like that. The match was just your typical brawling stuff. Nothing really happened. But that was a good way to have him lose.
I agree. Goldilocks is going outside here trying to get a word with Dusty Rhodes. We know what happened last week. Jeff Jarrett hit you with a chair. What are you going to do when you find him? Or what are you going to say to him?
Goldie, you cute.
But let me tell you something.
That's right. What I gotta say to you is man to man.
Let's see. The bottom line on this thing, young man.
If I know anything, it's that it's probably 30 degrees right now in Tennessee. He could be just waiting for him inside.
That makes too much sense.
Does he want the world title? Is that what he's saying?
Hey, there's Eric Watts. He's like, hey, you're the man. Look at his
Jeff,
shirt.
You're dead. That's funny.
That's funny.
They gotta sell that shirt. Jeff, you're dead.
Dude, that's good.
What is going on with this? This feels weird.
There's a security guy.
I'm still the man.
You're standing in greatness, Jack.
I'm the best. Okay, Brett. The hell is that?
I don't know. That was weird. He used Bret Hart's saying there.
Catchphrase.
He was also just making fun of the fact that Eric Watts is like, I'm hanging out with celebrities, because remember the video package that they're doing.
Right. Yeah. With like Brian Urlacher and stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh. He just whipped his gear bag at Dusty after he said, I'm not even dealing with I'm not grabbing off that shelf today, baby. He turned around.
Dusty's knocked out. Oh, it's because the replica title was in it.
Oh, well, of course the bag hit him and knocked him out then.
Nope. You're not going to hit him with that replica title, you son of a bitch.
Goldilocks screeching stopped him. Hey!
What's up next? Oh, the X Division Championship. That's right, Kid Kash against the heaviest X Division wrestler I think I've seen, Mike Sanders.
Sanders sure shot at the X title. Cash and Trinity, contrast in styles.
That's an understatement. Whose music is that?
It's Kid Kash. It started with, you know who you're messing with, Kid Kash.
That's what it said?
That's what it sounded like to me. And Trinity is accompanying him ringside here, pulling her. She borrowed this outfit from Lita, it looks like.
Yeah, we're back to the thong being out.
See, I don't know if that's actually a thong, but I think that it is designed to certainly look like one.
Well, yeah, it represents one, you know. Trinity there with a sign. That was a nice sign. Better quality than the guys that just had a piece of loose leaf paper.
Yeah, well. Oh, he's got a microphone. Please, Trinity. I had to tell you something here.
Trinity.
Before I go on with this match tonight.
It's not a thong. It's part of her pants.
Yeah. What's he going to tell Trinity? Went back home last week. Watched the videotape. Of the
I
interview.
feel like he's going to be like, you're the dumbest person I've ever met or something.
Yeah.
I stand by everything.
I'm not only embarrassed, but I'm pretty damned ashamed. Oh, the way he acted out there.
Oh, wow. Okay, look at this. Kid Kash has a heart.
And the more he thought about it all night long. Oh, she really was part of him winning the belt. And part of him holding it.
She's the reason why both those things happen. If you really want to compete, you really want to wrestle men.
Or women, or whoever. Oh, he's going to be there to support him. Her.
That's nice.
Very nice.
Can you accept my apology? Trinity's going to be like, of course, Kid Kash, I love you. Yes. I'm sorry. I love you.
Aw, look at it. They're kissing. They made up.
Well, there you go.
That's the first time that they've showed any like real relationship between the two of them.
I think that's the first time they showed any real affection from any couple.
Yeah. I mean, really. So he's like, okay, let's do our taunt.
I thought he was gonna hit the moneymaker on her.
I'll be honest, so did I.
He's gonna be like, "Ah, gotcha."
I thought
And
he was
just
gonna
walk
make her
off.
get down to do the taunt and then like to turn around or something. But here comes
Yeah.
Mike Sanders, who gets his first X Division title shot. Can't say I saw this coming, but here we are.
Nope. Definitely did not think that was gonna happen. But I guess when you have a couple of good matches, the guys in the back are probably like, you know what? Why not?
You did a moonsault. That was pretty good. Hey, hot start here after he was just yelling at Trinity.
You did a moonsault. Jesus.
Tilt-a-whirl head scissor by Kid Kash.
You did a head scissors once. Why about we just put you in the X division?
He's like, well, I guess so. That'll make Glen like me again. Clothesline
Makes
Sanders
sense
to
to me.
the outside. That only happens in every match.
Sanders back wearing a t-shirt, so I don't know if he had some Dominoes or something for lunch recently.
Oh, he
God,
just
don't
shoved
you dare
Trinity.
shove her. Oh, Cash now hammering away on Sanders. Oh, by the way, I was watching. I saw something on Twitter. I should say. What was that? Sanders kind of dropped Cash over the ropes.
Yeah, it was kind of like almost. He was like, he like spun him and dropped him on the corner there.
It was a little sloppy though.
Yeah.
But remember when like Hollywood like showed her chest to Jonah?
Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't Hollywood. That was a different girl. But yes,
Okay, well whatever.
that was the first one. But
Yeah, she I think wasn't going to show her breast, but like kind of a bit of her nipple did expose out.
oh,
I know that we
Oh.
were wondering if she had not, but I did my due diligence and researched it, and it would
Whoa.
appear that it did a little bit.
well, thank you for that update. I've been wondering about that since it happened. So,
That's what I'm here for.
that was a really crazy like tilt-a-whirl like side slam that Sanders hit on Cash, who looked like he was kind of going for like a head scissor, but that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Sanders just continually impressing us for some reason.
Yeah, no, it's weird. I'm almost wondering if Sanders is wearing the sex shirt because I feel like the whole Sports Entertainment Extreme as like a team, as we've seen, has really declined, and like I feel like people forget they're a team. So maybe they're like go out with the shirt on so people remember.
I mean, I could maybe see that.
I don't know. It's just a thought. I mean, this isn't the first time he wrestled in a shirt, but he really hasn't been recently. So it was just an idea.
I'm just bummed out that Russo was like, "Oh, I gotta go be home with my spoiled kids who forget that I let them watch Howard Stern at 11 o'clock at
I
night."
let them watch Howard Stern.
These punk kids. It's too bad. I think this group would be so much better if he was involved in it.
Well, that's what really made him like, oh shit, like it's Vince Russo's group.
Well, like Russo was like the Hogan,
He was, yeah.
you know, and now we just have like Buff Bagwell and Scott Norton in there.
Sanders dropping elbows and slapping the chest of Kid Kash while he's laid over the apron.
What the hell's Trinity doing? She's just sitting there doing nothing.
She's like, get up.
"Come on, kid. When a guy's kicking your ass, you should just be able to stand up and be like, I'm okay," and you're not. Oh, Sanders' right hand. A couple of right hands in the corner.
Whooping Kid Kash, but he reverses it. Cash coming. Oh, no.
Oof.
Cash got taken down. Looked like a clothesline there. He scouted him.
Impressive. He did his own little research here on Kid Kash.
One.
One.
Two.
No, Kid Kash powers out at 2. This has been a high-flying bout.
Yeah, when I think X Division, I think Mike Sanders and Kid Kash in a match.
Yeah. This is the match that puts the X in excitement.
Now, Kid Kash doesn't seem to have any issues with his leg, at least that I'm noticing in this match, which is good.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing the fancy flippy pin
Oh,
moves
yeah,
where you just
great.
counter each other's pins. They broke out double clothesline. If you're following along with
Yeah.
us, we're at 41 minutes and 15 seconds.
TNA. TNA. We're almost already at the halfway mark.
Yeah, I mean, not a bad start here. Oh, here's Trinity.
What is she doing? Yeah,
Don't know because they weren't anywhere near her, but don't worry, Sanders knocked her down.
Rocked her to the floor.
Well, wheelbarrow. Whoa, look at that. Wheelbarrow.
Slam, I should say.
Yeah, it was like almost like he turned it into like a half Nelson slam, really.
Yeah. Look at Dallas. Do you have like wrestling moves, like a list of them on like a tab or something? And you're just like, yeah, that's what that's called.
Well, little did you know, I watched this show earlier and I wrote down every move they did.
What? That would be hilarious if you're just like, Bob, I've already watched the show. Look at that.
Springboard flip move. Wrote that one down.
That was like a whisper in the wind, but all right, we'll call it a flip move.
It was kind of a whisper in the wind.
So as it turns out, Dallas did not watch this match before the show started.
Oh, drop kick to the knee. Oh, that's the injured knee of Kid Kash. Look, he just pulled the referee down. Fuck, dude, I'm hurt. As Trinity is climbing to the top. What you gonna do? Crossbody, get Sanders down. Definitely didn't feel
You probably thought that was gonna be a head scissors.
No, I definitely thought she was going for a crossbody.
Okay.
Oh, she stalled.
Yeah, well, she did a spin, which was good, but then she did like another spin, which was weird.
That's the moonsault right there.
The moonsault.
The referee definitely does not feel the ring shaking.
Nothing.
Definitely didn't see Trinity at all.
Yeah. Well, everybody knows that the ring canvas is actually like a Tempur-Pedic mattress, so you can't even feel it bouncing nowhere.
Fucking A, dude.
Oh, okay. Kid Kash how has he not broken his neck yet?
That looked like Sanders wasn't close enough. He
was out of position.
He went to go for like that springboard Hurricane Rana, but he kind of just fell.
Yeah.
And then like Sanders picked him up and powerbombed him, which I think was going to happen anyways. But he fell and like almost died before he got picked back up to powerbomb.
Yeah. Crowd going nuts for some TNA action here.
Trinity grabbing the leg.
I don't know if the action here has really justified that loud of a TNA chant.
Not that loud. I think that there is that excitement of like Trinity sneaking in and doing her moves and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well,
that springboard dropkick coast to coast by Kid Kash. He got it. Whoa.
Wow. I thought he was going to get his foot on the rope or something.
I thought he had his foot on the rope.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
He literally he could have touched it with his knuckle. That's how close he was.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Don must have said it.
No, Don. No.
Don must have said it looked like he did have it on.
No, there's no way. I don't think Sanders did it.
Kid Kash ran as the Harris brothers got in, and now Mike Sanders has Trinity by the neck. He's like, whatever, I got my belt. Oh, shit, he's leaving her.
He's just like, whatever, dude, it's cool. Yeah, great.
He wants to go in, but he's like not gonna, and he has no H-bomb. No, look, he sort of regrets it, but he's leaving anyway.
He's so phony, dude. Are you kidding me? He's so phony. He's like, oh, shoot, no, man, I'm devastated.
Oh, shit. Trinity just got one of the biggest H-bombs we've ever seen.
Yeah, that happened. I feel like she's not selling the pain of that. She's probably like, my ribs are broken.
Yeah, that's a good point. She can't sell it. We're in the back here. Oh, Brian Lee sniffing Goldilocks' hair as she's interviewing Brian Lee Slash and James Mitchell. It was a bloody massacre last week. Where are you going to take it from here? Not only was it a bloody massacre, it was a cookout because remember
because of the fire. Yeah. I was confused. I was like, there was no burgers. Like, what is he talking about?
Look at Slash with his eye patch. He's looking so creepy. Making people bleed and getting drunk while you do it. His fingernails creep me out.
Dude, are his fingernails like brown or something? What the hell?
I don't like them.
Or are they fake nails?
No, those are his real nails, I'm pretty sure.
Those are his real nails?
I'm almost positive those are really his nails.
That's insane.
Extreme Blood Brothers.
Whoa.
He's talking about blowing smoke up his ass about being extreme and stuff. That he's surprised he doesn't have colon cancer.
That's funny.
That was good. Extreme blood can be manipulated, can be bought, chemically altered. And he's
I
gone.
like how you hesitated on saying manipulated because you were like, I need to pronounce it right. I saw that. Manipulated.
It's hard to listen and talk, dude. I'm telling
No,
you.
I get it. I get it.
Perry Saturn coming out here. Okay. Saturn, baby. Oh, hello.
Who is that? I don't know if we've seen her before.
No, it's the same girl. It's the one the other one who like sometimes puts effort in, but sometimes doesn't.
Oh, okay.
Here's Perry Saturn, who I am digging his new gear here. I say new, but I mean new in at least TNA. I don't know if he's worn it before.
Every time Saturn talks, I just think of Moppy.
Who did you just say? So someone about Mitchell. Mitchell, you say
Mitchell,
trespassing in your yard. Well, I'm gonna shit in your house. Get your
go.
ass out here. And here comes the new church.
Hell
Dude.
to the yeah, dude. Put it in my veins.
Dude.
Mike
Are you
Awesome
shitting me?
is here in TNA. Let's go.
Whoa.
Oh my god, dude. Have you seen his ECW stuff or no?
I've seen some of it.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Not as much as I probably should have. I'll leave it
Dude,
at
it's
that.
so good. Like, ignore his WCW run. Just watch ECW. I love it.
Well, I watched the WCW shit. That was plenty for
Well,
me.
yeah, that's true.
This is pretty cool. And the crowd is all for it, dude. They were all chanting awesome. A lot of them are standing up right now. So we got Perry Saturn and Mike Awesome unannounced here tonight.
Mike Awesome is a great fit for TNA.
Dude, yeah.
Like, I would insert this guy immediately into the main event.
Now, Bob, I guess while we're watching this match, do you want to try to dig up what he's been doing since
Yeah. Let me see here.
WCW? I guess I should say, right?
Well, yeah, since that time. I believe he had mostly been working for All Japan.
That makes sense.
So let's see here. Yeah, so leading into this, he's mostly in All Japan Wrestling. And if I were to sit here and try to read all these names, I'd be here for about an hour.
See, that's the difference between me and Bob. I just go for it, and I say I'm wrong all the time. Bob doesn't even want to try to pronounce it.
No, I'm not even going to even try my time here. His last WWE match was on September 9th, where he teamed with Albert and Bull Buchanan in a losing effort against Horace Hogan, Big Valboski, and John Cena.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then he's been working with All Japan pretty consistently here since November 23rd, 2002.
Wait, Mike Tenay's getting word here. What's he going to say? Spit out. Jarrett's here. Awesome into the crowd.
I like how
Jarrett just arrived.
I like how you put your hand to your head as if you're some kind of like
I'm trying to listen.
road reporter. Like, what's that, Jim? Okay. I got it. Yeah. Okay.
Jesus Christ. And so I was just about to say, I actually forgot that Mike Sanders went to WWE at all, to be honest with you.
Yeah, very briefly, yeah.
I totally forgot about that. Oh, he's clearing way in the audience. Look, he's running, dives over the guardrail.
Not as good as AJ's.
No. Also, right before all this just happened too, Perry Saturn pulled out of the table. He did not set it up, though.
Okay, so Mike Awesome does look to be out of shape.
Just a bit.
And I only say that because he noticeably is like catching his breath.
Huffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh boy.
Look at this. He's going for the power bomb. He's on the floor. Oh, Perry Saturn slips out though.
Saturn got out of it. A couple of right hands here on the floor. It's kind of a bummer that Awesome's out of shape because back in his I guess even WCW.
He was in good shape.
He was a big guy, muscular guy.
Throws him into the corner.
Leg sweep like it's total elimination. He's got a cross arm bar. Oh my god. He made Mike Barton tap out to something like this. Relatively similar.
Oh, Mike Awesome he had his hands, so he didn't have it locked in, but don't worry, he's got the rope now. No, mind you, even though there's a table.
Yeah, but here's my question. Is he going to powerbomb Saturn over the top to the floor through the table?
I would assume
that is one of his moves.
Right? I'm assuming that's the plan. What I was going to say is he got the rope break, even though, oh wait, Saturn bouncing off the rope. Mm-hmm. Awesome coming back in with that shoulder block.
Slingshot. Yeah, shoulder block. 1, 2, kind of a lazy cover there.
Yeah, so he got that rope break, but they're just using tables. We don't give a shit in TNA. Every match is a hardcore match if you think about it.
I mean, yeah. Well, why have there be rules? It's all violence anyway. Who cares?
That's true. That was like a really sloppy looking back body drop that I thought Saturn was gonna die on, and now he's got like a chin lock in. Sorry, excuse me, a reverse chin lock. Thank you, today.
You need to know your moves there, Dallas. Open up that tab again.
I know, I'm going to have to fucking scroll through my list after I watch the match.
Oh. I think Awesome he's losing steam here. He's like a train that's run out of coal.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, German suplex.
Now, it's probably fair to say that even though James Mitchell brought him in, he's not necessarily in the new church. He strictly brought him in as a family of extreme and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hired gun. That's how I would see it.
Sometimes I wish that when they had surprises, they had like I like the lights out approach, but how they just walked out, it was sort of anticlimactic to me.
Yeah.
Like I wish that James Mitchell came out, talked to Saturn on the mic face to face, and then like introduced him.
Yeah, like a more dramatic reveal.
That's what I kind of wanted.
Yeah.
Still cool though. I'm still cool to. Oh, back elbow here to Mike Awesome. Saturn with a springboard drop kick.
I didn't even think he was going to hit him.
I didn't either.
Because Awesome was definitely not in position for that.
Oh, he's running out of the gas, just like Bob was saying. He's done, dude.
Yeah, he's starting to run like Kid Kash with his bum knee, but by all accounts, Awesome's healthy.
Yeah, dude. He's done. He's done.
Oh my god. This ain't good.
Oh, he's gonna go to the top rope though, so he can't be too done.
What could go wrong? He's looking like the guy like on the video game when you're at like 98% damage and you're barely able to move. You're just groggy like one punch and you'd lose, so you're trying desperately not to get hit.
Yeah. Like the sloppy hit to the back and stuff.
Yeah. All right, here we go. He's in the corner. Is he going to do a running Awesome bomb? No, Saturn wiggles free.
Oh,
Jesus! Super kick. Ooh, just got a 2 count. Table. I'm gonna do it.
Who's gonna survive?
He's not gonna get that. Double leg slam by Mike Awesome. And now he's going to the top rope again, and he's got even the look of like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, he knows this is not a good idea.
Oh, but he hits it. All right, 1, 2. No, Saturn kicks out.
Thought the ref hit 3, but we'll say he kicked out. Mitchell's like, God damn it.
Now he's like, table again.
This time we're definitely going to put him through the table.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to counter it.
Who's this?
I announced it. Who's that?
Sam and a New Jack.
Hey.
And right. Brian Lee and Slash. It's broken
now they're all attacking each other.
They threw out the match.
Well, that's stupid. I want somebody to go through the table.
So do I.
Wait, why did they come out to save Awesome? He was in control of the match, wasn't he? Well, I guess he got super kicked. So.
Well, Sandman just came out, though.
They were right behind them.
Well, they saw him run out through the back, so they knew something was happening.
Yeah, right. We got him on later on tonight.
Well, it was a disqualification. TNA says, we'll get more information later. What is this? Goldilocks is outside. I found Jeff Jarrett. What the fuck?
He's like in a moving truck.
He's throwing a steel cage piece, like a fence, a chair. Pallet,
wood.
garbage can. He goes, go make yourself useful. Get the ring crew right now.
Maybe he was helping like a neighbor move or something, and now he's just bringing all the trash there.
Interesting. Jarrett's flipped.
He's pissed off. Goldilocks, you told me you were going to help me move, and you didn't, and I'm pissed.
You better get the ring crew. Get Chris Vaughn out here. And the other guy.
Rick Santel.
Rick Santel. Oh, here we go. The sit-down interview with Harrison Storm.
Where's that Jason B guy? Get him in here.
Well, Chris Harris wearing the white pants. That's a look.
Yeah, that takes some courage.
It is before Labor Day, though, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Said, hey, we're the most dominant tag team.
But here's my question. So they say before Labor Day, but then as soon as Labor Day happens, you can wear it?
No, you're not. I thought you're not supposed to wear them after Labor Day.
Okay. So then as soon as... I'm confused.
I don't get it either, dude. I don't.
You're not supposed to wear it after Labor Day.
Yeah, so then I'd say January 1st again. Then you can start wearing them again.
Okay.
He's saying business is business. Chris Harris is playing it's kind of like a few years ago. Bullet Club is fine. That's what he's doing. America's Most Wanted. We're fine.
This guy, okay. This character makes no sense. What's so wrong with going to get a beer with a guy that I just wrestled?
Yeah.
You know, sure, he just beat the shit out of me.
Pissed.
As he should.
You don't hang out with the same son of a bitches that you try to win the tag team titles with.
That guy just dug a spike into my forehead, but yeah, I'm going to go get dinner at Applebee's with them, okay? Yeah. Big whoop.
He goes, I don't see what's wrong with that. James Storm's just sitting here like, you shitting me right now? He goes, this motherfucker. We're partners. This is my best friend no matter what. Oh. James Storm has a singles match. Is Chris Harris going to be there to support him? He's like, no matter what. Let's not make a bigger deal out of this. Oh, he's going to be there for him. James Storm says, we'll see.
Sorry about your damn luck.
David Young in the sex locker room with Sonny Siaki and Desire.
Oh, he's wrestling David Young tonight.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, what happened with Athena?
Sonny Siaki's like, whoa, listen up, Goldilocks. Let me reintroduce myself. Ace in the hole.
Ace in the hole, Sonny Siaki.
It's none of your business.
John Wayne wannabe.
Oh.
What are they looking at?
I don't know what they're looking at either, but so Goldie said, oh, Sonny Siaki, you were supposed to face James Storm. He goes, Ace in the hole versus wrestle a nobody tonight.
It's noticeable that like David Young even was like, wait, you were supposed to wrestle James Storm, not me.
I'm gonna spine buster you straight through the mat.
Yeah, that was like a prototypical Southern promo right there. I'm gonna spine buster you right down to hell there, buddy. All right, pal.
Look at.
See?
We don't do that hillbilly.
Yeah, Siaki's even saying.
That's pretty funny, dude. Just let Ace in the Hole do all the talking.
There you go.
And he's wearing an all-black tracksuit, looking like a badass. Let me do the talking. Ace and the whole corporation. Could this be the beginning of a new team?
Maybe.
Coming out to even
Sonny Siaki should have been cast for Young Rock.
Dude. If you could find him.
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
David Young here, coming out to Sonny Siaki's song.
Who?
The master of the spine buster. So we have the master of the spine buster, the master of the Hurricane Rana.
You suck, sign right behind Dave. Yeah,
that's funny shit. America's Most Wanted.
All right, is James Storm gonna win? I'm gonna go with no.
I'm gonna say no.
He's not even like remotely happy.
Oh, I was just even saying no because of just in general. But yeah, you're right. Look at him. He's like, fuck, I hate this shit.
Why am I here?
I like being in a tag team better.
Why does everybody like Chris Harris more than like me? I don't get it. Maybe I need to get a cooler and start driving it like it's a motorcycle. Dave Young backing Storm against the ropes. Pummeling him with right hands. Oh.
So Mike Awesome won by disqualification. Because Sandman and New Jack were the initial.
Yeah. Well, where was the confusion on that?
I don't know, but Saturn was raising his arms when he left.
Nice.
So there's someone definitely got confused somewhere.
Yeah, that was a nice Hurricanrana there by James Storm.
James Storm, oh, he's going to skin the cat. Oh, look at that.
Slingshot crossbody to the floor. Why was David Young like, where did he go? Like, where else would he have gone?
Yeah, he skinned the cat as David Young came in for like a baseball slide, which I thought was kind of fun.
Yeah, and then he was like, what happened? Where did he go?
We're on the ramp here. Toto Worrell head scissor on the ramp to David Young.
Oh, chops on the floor.
We've crossed the hour mark. We're at an hour, 4 minutes and 2 seconds.
Boot by Storm after being sent into the railing. Snap power slam by Young on the floor.
Nice.
Nobody can deny the power of David Young, Don West says.
I was thinking the same thing.
When I think of power, I think of David Young.
And he's going to spine bust you straight through the ring.
There, buddy.
Going for the pin here. Let's see. Oh, barely a 2 count.
I have no interest in this match.
I was literally just thinking that, dude. I hate to be that way, but...
And I think it's David Young.
I was just going to say that. I think it is, too. Sonny Siaki grabbing James Storm, but he elbows him off.
Well,
David Young doing the karate reversals. Block the kicks. Boom, boom. And then hitting a clothesline.
A left arm clothesline.
Ooh, yeah. He got him good.
Brutal. I don't know if I call it brutal. Standing drop kick. One.
It's kind of a drop salt if you think about it. He did sort of.
It's not a drop salt.
He sort of did do the moonsault part.
He didn't do a moonsault.
Sort of.
No.
I'm going to say it counts.
I'm going to say no.
If you're watching along and you're on Team Dallas, let us know. If you're on Team Bob, don't, because he doesn't want to hear it.
Listen, everybody's on Team Bob.
Oh my God.
No one likes Dallas. I mean, that is a known fact.
Wow. Okay.
It's true. My dad doesn't like you.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Shit. Boots to the chest to David Young by James Storm in the corner, running over. Oh, but David Young gets his feet up, even though he's laying down. Now he's flipping himself awkwardly up to the top.
Taking forever to get up there.
Well, James Storm just super kicked his legs. David Young is not comfortable on the top rope as the turnbuckle is riding him good.
Hurricane run off the top rope by James Storm. This is more of an X Division match than the Kash Sanders one.
The high risks. I know Sanders didn't really pull out all his stops in that one like he was doing before.
No.
It's like he can do one good move like that a match.
Yeah.
Look at this. Swinging neck breaker.
Let's go, Storm.
Oh yeah. Should he go to the top rope? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit my part of the death sentence without my partner, which is just the leg drop. Oh no, that's even Chris Harris does that part.
Yeah, he just holds them. Oh, he rolls through the crossbody. Oh, I thought he was gonna win with a handful of tights, but he doesn't.
Desire's like, come on, I only lost to Don Marie for 3 months straight. Come on.
I told Laree not to go, but she wouldn't listen to me. Oh, Young with a middle rope cutter to avoid the swinging neck breaker thing.
Slow to cover, though.
1, 2. No, Storm kicks out again.
I knew it. I knew he wasn't going to, because he slowed. He's too slow. He didn't hook the leg either. That's how you know. Oh, what's this?
Oh.
It's supposed to be the 8-second ride, but it did not end well.
It did not look like one.
Sonny Siaki pulled the referee out.
Look at over there. And Andrew Thomas is like, yeah, what? Over there? Okay.
He's claiming the fan did, and he ran away.
The bleachers. Oh, David Young attacks from behind.
Oh, 8-second ride again? Oh, Desire in the ring, low blow.
Desire the low blow, great.
Spine buster.
Spine buster. 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Okay.
That would explain why Storm wasn't that thrilled to be there.
I don't blame him for
Young.
that.
Oh.
What was it? Sonny Siaki Enterprises? What do you call it?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Well, they're probably never going to call it that again.
No, Ace in the whole production or something? Ace in the whole Enterprises?
Well, they're never going to call it again, so whatever it was, it's okay.
It doesn't matter.
If they do, we'll remember next time, but they're not going to.
But we won't.
No, we'll remember when they say it.
No, we won't.
Okay. Hey, look at all these shows that no one's reading because they show the dancers on screen at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm more focused on Lollipop.
Well, that's a big-ass lollipop she's got.
Yep.
Well, her, this girl's, like, underwear had, like, a little hole in the top of it. They should probably fix that for her.
No, that's all right.
Oh, okay, so now we have a little highlight package here.
Oh, yo.
Well, what have you thought about the first hour, Bob? We've crossed it. I think it went by pretty quick. That match,
it went by quick. The Young and Storm match, that was boring as fuck. But I don't know. I mean, there's nothing really stood out. Just being all that great.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely moved, but that match was a downer.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool that Mike Awesome made his debut. But...
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Maybe that's one of those familiar faces that Bob Ryder was teasing.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I'm sure that's exactly what it was.
So we're seeing Brian Lee push New Jack off the balcony through the table, which I believe ended up costing them the match, did it not? And then here's the other one of when he actually jumped off. Slash jumping off one of them. Last week, we're going to see that fireball, which literally, from off camera, this was insane.
Yeah, that was done pretty well.
Dude, oh my God. That fireball, that was one of the best I've ever seen in wrestling, I'd say. Look at it, it's on his face.
Yeah, and you know what? Sandman doesn't even, like, look off to the side to make it obvious that it was coming.
Dude, it was wicked good.
Yeah, I think he did really well with that.
Oh, Sandman and New Jack are playing chess.
Could your timing be any worse?
What the hell? I know women don't play chess. Jesus.
This seems like an oddly placed pre-tape because they just came out for Saturn and now they're playing chess.
Yeah, I know.
He's still wearing a Raven shirt.
Jesus Christ. Sandman's just burping because all he does is drink beer.
Well, yeah.
I think my favorite part about this is New Jack playing chess.
I think New Jack is a smart guy.
I like New Jack. I like that he's been staying too. It wasn't a one-off appearance. I like that.
Yeah. Make him a regular act. I was
Bottom
bleeding
line, he was bleeding.
Ew.
I was bleeding.
What? Did you say he's not B negative?
Yeah, because he was positive, or New Jack was positive last week. Here we go. New Jack talking.
Get the censor button ready.
You see, you motherfuckers. Me and Sandman came to beat the life out of somebody. Oh, earlier today. Now we knew get shown that that's.
Okay.
Dude, look at he's looking right into our eyes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slam your ass.
I'm about to shit my pants because I'm scared.
Does he blink? Tonight, church, you're going to hell. Dude, he's not.
Now
blinking.
that you've mentioned it, he has not blinked.
Whoa.
Jeez. That's a level of intensity. Don't fight, guys. It's just chess.
New Jack's pissed, yo. You fucking cheated at chess. You shut up, motherfucker. Well, they almost just started fighting over chess, but
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. This is gonna be one hell of a night as I spit beer in the locker room after playing chess.
Yeah. You ever played an extreme game of chess? Well, we just did.
Killdozer, Brian Lee, and Slash, the
Killdozer.
disciples of the new church. Even though, yep, this just says the church, but they are still known as the disciples of the new church.
They can't. They're cutting back expenses. Nobody wants to.
You can't
write
pay per letter.
disciples of new church. Yeah. Could you imagine if they paid per letter? Guys, all right. Try to eliminate vowels from people's names because those are a little extra, just like on Wheel of Fortune. So, if you don't mind, is this a hardcore match or what?
I don't know if it officially is, but we know what's going to happen.
I hope it is.
He's the Sandman and New Jack, who has a fucking sickle with him. And a grenade around his neck with a chain.
Oh my god. Could you imagine if he freaking pulled that thing and it was like legit? Apparently this is a no disqualification.
Oh. Well, Sandman's in the crowd, like still entering, and New Jack's now getting destroyed by the new church.
I thought they came out of the aisle.
No.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh.
Sandman's like, oh shit, dude.
Yeah, already bleeding because he hit himself with a beer can.
Well, New Jack has a fucking sickle. There's a sickle in the ring. You could kill someone. Look at this Sandman. The Hurricane Rana.
Well, you know what? It probably wouldn't be the first time that New Jack probably killed somebody.
Jesus Christ. I'm not making that accusation, Bob. So,
it's not an accusation. I'm saying not literally killed someone.
Oh, okay.
But like really hurt them.
Okay, yeah, he definitely has not done that.
I would hope that let me clarify. If he had actually killed somebody, I would hope he would have got caught.
Well, yeah. So Sandman just did a Hurricane Rana a minute ago. I think he's up for an X Division title match soon, if I had to take a guess.
Lord. I swear to God.
So Brian Lee's outside with New Jack, just throwing him back and forth between the guardrail, the apron, and the announce table. And now he's throwing him to a different guardrail. He reversed it.
if we get a Sandman versus Kid Kash X Division match, I'm gonna lose it.
New Jack.
Go get him.
Why did Sandman fall when he just did that Irish whip?
Because he's intoxicated.
We don't know that for sure.
Oh, he's hammered, dude. How would he not be?
You just don't know, okay? We're just brawling now. There's nothing to say. We're just brawling. Oh, wait! Slash is choking Sandman, and they cut away. Blah. Oh, New Jack just had the fucking sickle. But Brian Lee got out of that. He hit the camera.
Oh, my God. He wasn't going for that. He was going to try to throw him into the railing, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. The TV cord is in Sandman's mouth. Look at that. Okay. Holy shit. Are you kidding?
That's horrifying.
Look at that. That's like to cut down tall weeds in like a garden or like you're going in a field.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Can't wait for that to hit somebody in the forehead.
Slash trying to go for like a power bomb or something? Yeah.
Just typical a lot of brawling on the show.
Yeah. Oh, Whirly Bird, or the Slash and Burn, I still think is what he calls it, but hits it on Sandman. Going for a cover.
I like the Whirly Bird better. It just makes him feel more sensitive.
Well, yeah. It definitely like humanizes the fact that he is like the devil is his manager.
Yeah.
This is TNA Extreme. There are no rules. They're calling this TNA Extreme. So, rules don't exist in TNA Extreme. I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know either. This is just like... It gets to a point where you've seen it so much that I'm just numb. It's like the Twilight Zone. Like, I've seen this for 20 years straight.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Punch, kick. Oh, a sloppy fucking Irish whip. Cool.
Into the guardrail.
Yeah. Oh, let's go through the crowd and hit him with a water bottle. Oh, boy.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, no. They never used the table from Awesome and Saturn, right?
Damn it. No, they didn't. That was a fucking tease if I ever saw one.
Yeah,
well, New Jack's laying across the table.
Do you see that sign there? It says Extreme Horseman. That's an MLW reference.
Oh, really?
Steve Carino's group, yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, Sandman's got another beer in the ring.
Nice. Oh.
Mitchell.
I thought he was going to throw a fireball to the back of his head. Nope. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Oh, all right. Slash got knocked out by a beer can. Big boot by Brian Lee.
New Jack's back in the ring. Oh.
Oh. Is that a spike?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Perry Saturn.
See, now, by Chris Harris's logic, he would then go out to dinner with Jim Mitchell.
Well, good point. Saturn fighting Brian Lee, and James Mitchell's trying to pull him off now. So he's really trying to help Sandman, even though they all were buddies a couple weeks ago.
Why wouldn't you have just made it a 6-man hardcore match? Like, have them run in with the Awesome Saturn match and then just transition into that.
I was wondering that when that match was on, to be honest with you. New Jack jumps off the top rope. Speak of the fucking devil, dude. New Jack jumped off the top rope, hit Slash with a chair. Mike Awesome's out here now. This is out of control.
Now, remember, that table's not used yet.
Oh, shit, dude.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
That was awesome. Mike Awesome did the powerbomb to the outside through the table onto New Jack.
Oh, my God.
That was nuts.
Jesus. I wonder if Mike Awesome took the table out and forgot that it wasn't for that match.
I mean, Slash gets the pin on New Jack after that. The assist of Mike Awesome. Okay.
Well, that was boring until the powerbomb spot.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nothing really happened until the powerbomb spot. But
No.
sure. Wait, lights are out.
Oh no.
Come on, are we getting another debut right now?
Who is it? Who is it? Just Incredible!
Just Incredible! Whoa!
Look at that.
Fucking with a kendo stick, destroying the new church. Almost just hit Perry Saturn.
He almost did. He almost. Well, it's kind of weird that he's being presented as a babyface, but.
Well, it's because the ECW nostalgia, dude.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he's a way better heel than he is a babyface.
And he's wearing an Uncle Cracker shirt. Yes, Just Incredible's here in his Uncle Cracker shirt.
Oh my god. Oh, by the way, Just Incredible, a staple of Sunday Night Heat.
That's funny. Okay, we're immediately going backstage with Jeff Jarrett. He's explaining something to him.
He just asked, "What is this?"
Wait, Eric Watts is out here.
What the? Gee.
Jeff, you're dead.
I love how Eric Watts just walked up from behind his. Hey, what's going on? And he's like, "We're gonna kill you." That's funny.
Okay, wow. Okay, a lot just happened again.
Well, why would the ring crew guys be like, "What's this?" And Jeff's like, "You guys put it in the truck. Like, you know what it is."
Yeah. So he's like, "Yeah, you set it up before. We don't know what he's talking about, but tag team championship up next."
I know what he's talking about.
I feel like the fence was kind of a giveaway, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Okay. The last thing there just said partners tonight, opponents next week. So that sounds like Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red are facing each other next week after they could potentially be tag team champions and fight to be #1 contender for the X Division title. Here comes Primetime Elix Skipper and the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels.
Wow. All right. So if they were to win the titles here, yeah, then next week they'd be interesting. Champions collide.
Okay, yeah, Skipper. So I've been trying to. There's been so much happening. Can Just Incredible use that name here? Bob fell asleep. He didn't hear what I asked him.
What was the question?
Can Just Incredible use that name here in TNA?
Well, that's a good question. I think technically no.
I don't know what they called them. I couldn't hear because so much was happening. We were talking over
I think they said Just Incredible.
Okay, I'm curious if they're gonna continue that. If he stays, that is even.
Right. I'm trying to think because I know for a minute there he went by PJ Polanco, but it wasn't.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess. If he sticks around, I guess we'll find out. I'd have to imagine that since the ECW rights were sent to, part of the acquisition, that he wouldn't be able to use it.
Amazing Red, who licks his lips after like every 3 seconds.
What are you talking about? Listen here, Mr. Tenay. What are you talking about? I'm gonna get chapped lips by just impersonating him.
I know, literally. Okay, so we're doing the introductions here for this tag team match. Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red versus Skipper and Daniels tag team title match. We've been waiting an hour and nearly 30 minutes for this match. So if you're following along,
I'm terrified because when I heard this match was happening, I'm like, hell to the yeah, this could be great. And now I'm really nervous that it's not going to be really great. So I'm scared.
Yeah, we're in an hour, 25 minutes, and 35 seconds if you're following along. There's your time cue for you.
All right, we got Borash doing like the Michael Buffer entrances here. We get it. Okay, great. Yeah, woohoo.
They just announced Daniels from Los Angeles. I didn't think he was from LA, was he?
No, wasn't he always from like Sin City or something like that?
I don't know. Now I'm wondering.
From the depths of your soul, Chris.
I need more details.
I don't know if he was advertises from there. I don't know.
Whatever.
I guess it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. It really means nothing.
You know what I would have? You know what I would do for Amazing Red? I would have like a heel ring announcer and be like, "Here's Amazing Red from," and like do a random street address for like his parents' house. It's like, oh, he lives with his parents.
That'd be good.
Because he's 12.
Jerry Lynn and Daniels are starting us off here.
Or have like an old couple come out at like 9 o'clock one week and be like, hey, you need to come home.
You missed your curfew.
Yeah, and be like, I'm teaming with Jerry, Mom. No. It's a Wednesday night. You know that bedtime's 9:30. Let's go. We gotta go.
We gotta do it.
Oh, this is intense. A hammerlock.
Oh, nice counter.
There.
A little leapfrog by Jerry Lynn here coming back. Whoa, look at that. Tilt-a-whirl. Head scissor. Well, he got up there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess.
Daniels.
Oh, ducks. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Jerry Lynn. Dan is like, I can't deal with this. You go get him, Skipper.
Yeah, he's like, I can't do this.
Say my name, Jerry.
Well, Red wants to come in.
Baby. Yep. Red gets his wish. Because he is a Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, Jesus.
What? What? The best? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. He was gone. That's all right.
Skipper taking control here. Whipping Red. Coming back at a hip toss, but Red spins out of it. Oh, going for a German suplex, but Red lands on his feet. Going back to that headlock here. Side headlock. Nice counter there.
I need some fast-paced action.
It's gonna pick up. This match is gonna pick up.
Yeah, it better.
I'm actually kind of surprised it's not the main event. I'm assuming it's not. I mean, we're almost at an hour and hour 30 minutes. I can't imagine it's gonna go another 20 minutes this match, but
you never know. Head scissors.
I don't know what else is left. 718. Stop licking your lips.
Maybe he's got dry mouth.
Holy shit. Daniels just caught him.
Well, why did you put him down?
Oh, octopus.
Oh, Skipper punching Red. Here comes Jerry. You don't hit my friend. All four men are in the ring.
Double back body drop to Alex Skipper by Lynn and Red. Oh, tossing Red over, hits a Hurricane Rana on, he rolled him up there. Daniels, but the ref didn't.
Thomas.
Skipper and Lynn are facing off now.
Drop?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go, Jerry.
Whips Daniels into it. Jerry Lynn hit him with like a forearm there.
Oh, okay.
Crowd's going nuts.
Skipper tripping Lynn from the floor. Daniels with a drop kick. Triple X, that's right, showing great teamwork. Basically just showing that they can cheat. Cheaters. Oh, heel kick. What did he just say?
I have literally no clue.
Come on, Skipper. Oh, like a flatliner there by Daniels. Twisting splash by Skipper from the apron. Talking smack to the announcers as Daniels from the apron. Stay focused on your title match there, buddy.
Yeah, but are you trying to lose the belts or what?
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we going to see new champions tonight? I don't know.
Oh, roll up out of the corner by Lynn on Skipper. Oh, Skipper kicks out.
Nope, kicked out. Skipper ducked a clothesline. He went behind him.
I feel like it'd be early to take the tag titles off Skipper and Daniels.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Whoa.
Did you just see how high he just got?
Yeah.
But all he did was he bounced up, springboard up to the top rope, then did a huge moonsault just to get behind Jerry Lynn.
And then just did like a lifting reverse DDT suplex. Did Skipper do gymnastics or what?
Dude, I can't believe the height he just got. That was insane.
And then he landed, like he didn't even buckle. He just landed it perfectly. He had to have done gymnastics. I'm
I feel
look
like
it up.
you looked that up as Jerry Lynn just took down both members of Triple X, but then he just tagged in Red. Triple X standing up, Red going for a missile dropkick. Only ends up hitting Skipper though. Ducks a line from Daniels, comes back with an enziguri on Daniels.
Another heel kick. Cleaning house.
Nice.
Oof. All right, let's see here. Helix Skipper.
Oh, we're doing similar moves. Look at that. Daniels to the outside hits Skipper on the way down. It did not look like he was necessarily ready to be hit by his partner. Lynn springboard sent on to the outside onto both members of Triple X there. Takes them both out. Red's about to go for a big dive.
So it would appear that he did not do gymnastics. He did do kickboxing, though.
Okay. A huge dive to the outside by Amazing Red. Keith Mitchell, fucking replay it, and now.
All right. Well, the action has picked up a little bit.
It has. This is a fun match.
Yeah, but I wanted it to be an all-time classic, like the best match I've ever seen in my life.
That's a big hope, but
I don't think it's unrealistic at all.
He just turned Amazing Red inside out with a clothesline. He did a complete backflip, land right on his stomach.
No, he did a drop salt.
Yeah, he did a drop salt after he got clothesline.
Yeah. That's exactly. Oh, all
Spalling
right.
suplex by Daniels.
Oh. Is he gonna do like a? Yeah, there you go. Split leg and moonsault thing.
Is that the movie he did on Nitro and almost killed himself?
No, I think he was doing. I think he was actually going for a springboard.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
Well, Skipper leg drops Red after Daniels put him over the top rope. Jerry Lynn's middle rope leg drop is far more impressive than that.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
How dare you? TNA's shooting hard here on Skipper for delaying a pin attempt.
Oh no, he took off Amazing Red's bandana.
This is the first time we've seen his hair.
Holy shit. Oh my god, put it back on. Mike Tenay says, Skipper teared the do-rag off him, and then he choked him with it.
That's Amazing Red's favorite do-rag. He bought it at his local Walmart for $3. Whoa.
Oh,
Hurricanrana.
nice.
Hooked a leg,
Whoa.
right? Oh, Matrix.
Holy shit.
Whoa. Wow.
He just
That was
popped up,
weird.
Essentially got himself up in position to hit the code red onto Skipper.
Yeah. Skipper did the Matrix, and then, yeah, he just, like, countered that with the co-red. That's crazy.
That was, I don't even, yeah, it was very, very interesting. I like that. Skipper's got Red up. I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to be, but he slammed down Red from a fireman's carry position as a single leg Boston Crab in.
Everybody knows that that's the typical shoulder slam move.
Twisty slam.
Yeah. Don't you dare tap out, Red.
Daniel's back in.
Backs Red into the corner. Skipper's like, I didn't do nothing.
He's choking him in the corner.
So you turn around, and there he goes.
Lynn's like, are you shitting me? The ref's like, hold on a second. Red's fighting back, though.
Look at Red.
Nice.
Oof. I think I like Red better with the do-rag on.
He got him with the Koji clutch here, Daniels on Red. I agree with you.
Today's
learned
such
this in
a
Japan from Koji Kanemoto.
Yeah, like in the 1997, he learned this. Like, what the hell, dude? I love it because he's a nerd, just like me. But like, Jesus. Skipper first did his walking the ropes at a house show in Fort Worth, Texas in September of 1999. I was there live. It was 1,200 people. Terry Funk was in the main event. It was great.
Lynn finally gets tagged back in. Clotheslines Daniels, clothesline Skipper, and then he just does it again to both of them.
Oh, kick. Middle rope bulldog.
Ducks the line from Skipper.
Skipper sends Lynn to the corner. Boot by Lynn. Lynn's on the middle rope. Going for a tornado TD, and he hits it. 1, 2, no, kick out.
Damn, Daniels broke it up there.
Oh. Nope, Lynn stops. Oh, he's got him on his shoulders. Red is not in the corner. This is illegal.
Holy shit.
Oh, Jesus.
He springboarded and jumped up. Daniels was up in like an electric chair position on Lynn's shoulders, and Red springboarded and gave him a hurricane run off the top of that.
Yeah.
Who's this?
Who's that?
That's
the mask guy again.
He just pushed Red off the top rope to the floor.
Arm breaker. They've got like padding on to make him look fatter.
Yeah, they did.
1, 2. Oh. TNA was screaming as if it was the most devastating idea for them to lose. No, please, no. Angel's Wings by
nice.
Daniels on Lynn. 1, 2. No, Lynn kicks out in the middle. This match is turning into a WrestleMania match where we're all going to kick out of the finishers 12 times.
Let's see. Is he going to kick out of the play of the day?
Is he going for it? No, he's not.
No, I'm surprised, though.
Oh.
Nice double team move.
Skipper had him over the shoulder, and Daniels came out the top. But Lynn kicks out again. Oh, just punch the referee, and then you lose by disqualification. What are we doing?
He's like, I'm the official, damn it.
I wear the zebra stripes, buddy.
How much longer can Jerry Lynn survive against these odds? Oh, Lynn just countered this, though. Daniels is on the top rope, but he just slingshotted Skipper into him, knocking Daniels down. 1, 2. Whoa! New tag team champions.
Wow.
Against all odds, dude.
So Lynn crotched Daniels and then rolled up Skipper with a bridge to get the 3 count.
He did have a pretty nice pin on him, though.
It was good. It was a tight one, yeah.
And next week, we have our new tag team champions facing each other to determine a number 1 contender for the X Division title.
Well, now, so here's my thing. Now, if I'm Amazing Red, I'm terrified. because the last time Lynn had a tag team partner that was tag champs, they beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So now Triple X they're attacking them. Play of the day there by Skipper on Red.
Fucking Jeff Jarrett.
I thought that was Sandman for a second. He's got a trash can lid.
He waffles them.
Of course, Jeff Jarrett's coming out here. This guy has moving gloves on. Listen here, let me steal the spotlight from these guys.
He's yelling, hurry up to people. The courtship starts tonight. Jeff Jarrett's House of Clockwork Orange.
Three's a crap.
He's cutting the balls off the monster.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know, but Raven, you... Oh. You got 3 seconds to get your beloved son and daughter out to this ring.
Oh, so it's like a family?
Quote, the NWA heavyweight champion Jeff Jarrett, nevermore. Oh, he just counted 3, and so he's going.
Well, he's going for it. Here we go.
And they are, in fact, setting up the Raven Clockwork Orange House of Fun.
The Jarrett Clockwork Orange House of Fun.
Well, he's going into the sex locker room.
I thought he wasn't in there anymore. You can't even open it. I couldn't kick down the door, huh?
Oh, there's Alexis Laree.
Oh.
Don't you dare. Oh, you son of a bitch.
He sure did.
Here comes Julio Dinero, who just watched that.
Did. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, why would he just open the door and be like, hey, is Jeff out there? And then just get hit. The Apostles. They're really going for the Apostles here. I'm assuming that's going to be their name.
Yeah.
Yep. No, don't do disciple. Is that why they're going like the church now? Because they don't want to have like the disciples of the new church and then the disciples?
Well, he just said the apostles I think he's referring to them as the disciples who do his bidding. So I don't think they're going to call them the disciples. But that's a good point. That could be why they're kind of hinting at them being the church.
Yeah.
Because apostles and disciples, I mean, it's the same shit.
Yeah.
We're just fighting through the crowd now. Alexis Laree does not look like she's ready to wrestle in a match, but...
Probably not. They're just stalling so they can get all the weapons up there for the Clockwork Orange match. Dinero. Look at this. Dinero's in the main event. I guess Bob Ryder was right, you know. Main event's open for anybody.
Yeah. Laree hits Jarrett over the head with a trash can lid as Dinero held him back. Tossing Jarrett over the barricade. Well, if you made a bet with me and were like, hey, Alexis Laree or Mickie James was in a main event with Jeff Jarrett in like a hardcore match in TNA, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would not have believed that.
Sure she was. And we're literally watching it right now.
Is she wearing boots or heels?
She looks like she's got boots on.
Okay, I think she's good. Okay. She can't
Julio
get that
has a kendo stick.
I think Laree
she's
just got a baseball bat. Yeah.
There's double cages in here. There's a table. I mean, they got all the weapons you would expect to see, except the weird yard signs that they had in the first one.
I think the size of the cages, they probably have a payment plan. So they have 2 sides of the cage.
Mm.
They have to just make 2 more payments to get the full cage.
And then they can get the whole thing, yeah.
Yeah. Although those are small pieces of cage, so maybe it's more like 8 payments. Laree's so happy. Look at you. Haha. Jarrett's gonna lose.
Yeah, this is a good point. Like, what was Jeff Jarrett thinking? Because he's getting his ass beat right now by these two. No Raven in sight yet.
He's sending a message, man. He sent the message like, "You think you're nuts, Raven? Well, here I am getting beat up by two people that we didn't even know about 2 weeks ago."
Do you like that Jarrett is wrestling with like working gloves on?
Well, that's what I've noted. Yeah, he's got his mover gloves on, so he's
Yeah, but he still has them on.
yeah.
Oh, just
Sent
bent
in the
that
cage
cage.
several times. Yeah.
Oh, we're calling it a gate. I don't know what it is, but it's huge.
I mean, it's like a fence.
Yeah.
A piece of fence.
Oh, Laree into it.
Boom. Yeah. I'm surprised Raven hasn't come out here to help.
That's what I'm saying. I think once he kind of gets a little further, as Dinero just got low blowed by Jarrett, Alexis jumps off his back. Jarrett catches him in like her in a power bomb, and then power bombs her on to Julio Dinero. The apostles stacking up the disciples of Raven. Okay, we got to figure out, are they disciples or are they? Just pick one word. And don't call them disciples, so they're the apostles. Oh, he's spanking Julio's butt with the kendo stick.
Oh, and he's probably going to do the same here to Laree.
No, he hit her in the back.
No, over the back, yeah. Oh, trash can shot to Dinero. Tosses the cage thing. Steel door. What is this guy talking about? Can they call that a steel door? I don't know about that. Uh-oh. Oh.
Yeah,
we just got like a upskirt shot there on Laree.
She had shorts on. We're good.
Yeah, I know, but still. Dinero into the cage. Now he's got Laree again. Over the shoulder.
Oh my God.
Oh. Well, the referee. Why was the referee there?
I don't know, but everyone is squished in the corner now. The
Are
referee
TNA
was
referees the dumbest referees, or is it just me?
There's a good chance, but Jarrett's got a table now.
Of course he does. Raven's family now. All right, so in this match alone, we've had about 9 different names for Raven's group here.
Yeah, they need to figure that shit out. And then just sets Laree right on the table. Perfect, nice. Oh. Hits Julio in the head with a chair. Tossing him on the table, I'm guessing, right? Yep. We're in quite the predicament right here.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Laree's about to have nothing but taint and balls in her face.
She might get lucky. He might fall down and not forward. Here's Raven.
There he is.
With a trash can lid.
Of course. Oh, superplex. Oh. Onto his own family through the table. I think that would hurt them more than Jarrett. 1.
Wait, Dinero's on top of Jarrett.
3. Julio Dinero just pinned Jeff Jarrett. Well, Julio Dinero's probably in line for a title shot. Julio Dinero's more justified for a title shot than D'Lo Brown was.
I mean, he did get a pin on the champion. Look at this. Look at this. Family pick right here.
Where the hell's Laree? Oh, okay, there she is. Let's see, where was
How do you
Laree?
like that?
Quote the Raven, nevermore. Oh, he's going to pick him up. What's he going to do? Is he going to DDT? No.
I don't know. We can't really tell. He's picking Jarrett up.
Okay, here we go.
Raven effect.
Boom.
We gotta go.
Jarrett's laid out.
Wow. And here we go. Oh, look at this.
We
TNA
gotta go.
Explosion.
We
TNA
gotta get
Explosion
out
can
of
be
here.
seen on these stations: Dallas, Texas; Atlanta, Georgia; Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania; Nashville, Tennessee; Grand Rapids, Michigan; Memphis, Tennessee; Pensacola, Florida; Knoxville, Tennessee; Roanoke, Lynchburg, that's Virginia, I believe; Florence, Alabama; Florence, Alabama. Okay, they're
Yeah,
just going
here
too
we go.
fast now. A lot of
Columbus.
places. So hey,
Time Warner Cable. If any of these bastards, anybody listening that you live in those areas, you better have recorded Explosion. What are you waiting for? Check your tapes, check your attics, check your basements.
and
You
then
never
please
know.
send us a DM.
Yes. Scott Demore.
Hashtag we want explosion. Let's go.
Give it to us. All right, Dallas, what did you think of that episode of TNA?
I'm a little split. I feel like for the most part I enjoyed it. I want to give it a thumbs up. But like the James Storm David Young match really brought me down, and then the brawl with the New Church and Sandman and New Jack really killed it until that end spot, like we discussed.
Yeah.
Like those two matches really killed it for me, but like the rest was exciting. So I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed that show.
I think I'm gonna go a thumbs down.
What?
Yeah. So
Oh man.
I think that was kind of a really disappointing show. I mean, on paper, coming into this, you're like, okay, cool, Raven and D'Lo. That's some name power. A street fight. The street fight, the finish was good. I did like the chair usage there. But like the X Division title match was like whatever. And then Mike Awesome was just super winded and wasn't really all that great with his match with Saturn. And then the David Young James Storm match, that was a bummer. Like I had no interest in that. I don't think James Storm had any interest in being in that. And then, a lot of brawling with the no DQ tag match.
No, there was.
The tag team title match was, I got, good, okay, but I wanted something great. I wanted something to be similar to last week's X Division main event. I thought last week's main event was better than that tag title match.
Oh, I agree with that. I think it was as well.
I wanted something more on par with that. I think Triple X losing the titles again so early into their title run, it just seems, I don't know. And I've never liked, not that Lynn and Red are necessarily feuding, but I guess they're battling to be number one contenders. I've never liked that storyline because it's happened to death. So that just seems like a boring booking decision. And that Clockwork match was what it was. I mean, it was no big deal. I can't imagine that Julio Dinero is gonna suddenly become a main event guy.
Well, no shit. But okay, so listen, I'm not agreeing it's a thumbs down. I can't. I think I enjoyed too much of it to be able to say it was a thumbs down.
What did you thoroughly enjoy?
I liked Raven and D'Lo. I thought that was good. I feel like the main event, like the Clockwork Orange stuff, I thought was interesting because it just kind of played into we definitely furthered the Raven Jarrett stuff with it, so like I didn't mind that, and I enjoyed the tag title match.
Yeah, I did too. I don't know.
Listen,
I feel like a lot of stuff is just really just bland.
Well, I agree with the brawling and all that. I actually didn't mind Glenn and AJ's street fight. Now, to be fair, that was the first street fight of the night.
Exactly. So they water it down with so many of the same match.
Yeah, so I agree. So listen, I'm gonna switch mine to in the middle because I agree with the points you're making, but I think I personally enjoyed the show too much to say it was thumbs down on my end.
Yeah, I gotta give it a thumbs down. There was some good. Don't get me wrong, but initial reaction after being over, it's like, am I more excited about anything? It's like, not really.
Yeah. Well, we were on a streak for a while of not being disappointed in the show, which is kind of good. I mean, we've definitely had some where we're both in the middle tilting down, thinking, oh, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
But this is the first show since pay-per-view 34 where one of us said, "This is bad." So
well, and now I'm well aware that the people in the Observer, or, Observer readers, are going to be like, "That was a good show." I'm well aware that they're going to try to say that. I
hey,
don't know.
we'll find that out next week. But like I said, I agree with everything you said. You can't really argue it. I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you mentioned did you mention the runtime of the show? I didn't know if you did right after
I did not. No.
Oh, so that went an hour, 51 minutes, and 37 seconds. So if you're following along, there's a runtime for you.
That's shorter than like a few minutes from most weeks.
It's weird. They range.
Yeah.
I mean, so some of the early ones we ended before an hour 50 minutes. Some of them started to go closer to 2 hours, and now we play that. We have a rough like 10 to 12 minutes that our show can range in.
Yeah, sure.
Well, Bob, you're getting really sleepy, it looks like. So
no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm fine.
Yeah, definitely not. Now, I don't have too much more to add. I think we've really covered it there. But what I will say is, once again, like I said in the beginning of the show, if you're new, if you've been enjoying the show, whether it's for a couple weeks or it's been 41 shows, and you've been joining us since the beginning, leave us a review where you listen to the podcast. Let us know what you're thinking about it. And also, if you don't already, give us a follow on Twitter. We're at Cross the Line TNA. And on Facebook, we're at TNA Cross the Line Pod. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel where we upload the podcast as well.
Yeah, and if the best way to get in contact with us is definitely through Twitter. I would say that's
100%.
See it.
Yeah, and we definitely, there's stuff going on all the time over on our Twitter page, great interactions, and there's a great fan base that follows our page and that we follow, and we love to interact with them all.
Yeah. Next week's episode, all that we know is that the X-Title #1 contendership between Amazing Red and Jerry Lynn. That's all we know.
That's it.
That's all we need to know. And I'm not going to sit here and say I'm excited about it because every time that I say, oh, it's going to be a good one, it might be good, but I want a fantastic match. And I feel like the first time I get a real fantastic match is Unbreakable 2005. And I don't know.
Holy shit.
I don't know if I have 2 years left in me.
Oh my God.
To get a good match. Now, before people are like scoffing at me and being like, what the fuck are you? I am aware that there are very good matches, great matches before Unbreakable 2005. But that was the first thing that popped in my head was Unbreakable 2005.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty funny one that you just yelled out there. So yeah. I'm looking forward to Red and Lynn. I think that unless one of them is injured, there's no way that match is going to disappoint.
Well, Dallas, you are a very easy person to entertain.
I'm optimistic.
No, I think you're delusional.
Well, I didn't know we were going to end on this kind of note, Bob. Well, you've said it before. I do try to find positives and stuff.
No, yeah, I'm obviously joking, and I listen to other TNA podcasts, and they'll be like, "Oh, this was a great segment." I wish I could be like that. I'm envious of when someone watches a match, like David Young and James Storm. If I were to go listen to another TNA podcast, they might sit there and be like, "Wow, that was a great win for David Young. That was a really good match." And that's fine and dandy. And I wish I could see the positives of that. I'm just a negative person when it comes to wrestling. Like, I expect too much. I get bored easily from matches. But with Dallas, he's like, whatever. Yeah, great.
Yeah, they get some moves.
I could see you getting roped into a cult.
Oh.
Because you would just be like, oh, yeah. All right, cool. I'll drink this. What? It'd be cool.
Well, listen, I am known to answer the door to people trying to sell me stuff, and like I'm too nice to like shut the door.
At your apartment?
Yeah, and I'm like too nice to like let them finish, and I'm like, I can't just be like, no, and I just let them talk. Or like in the store, people will like try to talk to us. I'm
You've
too
had
nice.
people come up to your door at your apartment trying to sell you something.
Yeah, I can tell you about it off air. There's a lot of stories.
Holy crap, dude.
They're not supposed to, nonetheless. But.
Well, I know. See, that's why you have to have a secure building. I remember the one time, and this will be the final story before we go off the air here, but there was one time at my complex where I think that these guys snuck in, and they were like, "You want to try to save on your energy bill?" And I'm like, "These guys pay it for me. What are you talking about? It's part of my bill. It's part of my rent. Like, what are you talking about?"
Yeah, that's where
Like,
they try to
you
get
can you can just take it and like maybe no, not interested. But what I am interested in is if I can survive another week of mediocre TNA wrestling.
Hey.
I said mediocre. Mediocre means sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Fine, whatever.
Thank you. Well, until next week, for Dallas Gridley, I am Bob Colling Jr., and this has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.